What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Junkies with you live on 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980 right here in the DMV. In Richmond, you can listen to us on 910 The Fan or 105.1 FM. You can watch us on the Monumental Sports Network. We're celebrating 30 years. Presented by Main Street Bank. Cheer local, bank local. Main Street Bank is a business-focused community bank proudly serving the DMV since 2004. Visit mstreetbank.com. Learn how to put our team in your office. Main Street Bank, member FDIC, equal housing opportunity lender. We thank you for tuning in this Friday morning, January 9th, 2026. I'm John Paul Flame, joined by Eric Bickle.
Good morning. Alarm woke me up again today.
Nice.
That might be 2 days in a row.
hot.
Now, I woke up a lot in between, but still, the last hour, I was in that deep sleep.
Very good.
Johnny Cakes Allville's here,
Yeah, happy Friday, all.
as is Jason
Happy Friday.
Bishop.
The alarm did not wake me up. But I woke up early to watch the second half of last night's game.
What a game.
Yeah,
Especially the
it's
fourth
crazy.
quarter. There were 4 lead changes. Miami ends up beating Ole Miss 31-27.
Miami dominated the game. Ole Miss, I mean, I know it was close, but when you have the ball for 18 minutes, you've got to take advantage of those red zone opportunities. You can't kick 4 field goals. And I didn't understand some of the play calls from Charlie Weiss Jr. on that second to last drive, first and goal from the 8. I didn't understand the second down play or the third down play. I don't know. Maybe that was
The
on
second to
Cham.
last drive of the game, they scored.
No, the second. Yeah, they scored. They kicked the field goal. The one
Okay.
where they kicked the field goal to go up 19-17.
Ultimately,
7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
well, they scored a touchdown.
So maybe it was the drive before that.
Okay, they scored
They
a
had first and
touchdown.
goal from the 8 after the dumb penalties that Miami had, the late hit and the targeting.
The back-to-back personal.
Back to back.
Yeah.
And then there were 7 minutes left. They had an opportunity to go up 6, kick the field goal, but they had first and goal from the 8. I just didn't understand those calls.
Well, I was going to say, they scored a touchdown with 3 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, I understand that.
So
I'm
you're
saying,
talking the drive before that.
yes, Richie.
Okay, well, there were a bunch of lead changes.
Yeah.
That put them up 19-17
Yep.
when they kicked that field goal.
Yeah.
They
You
had-
gotta score a touchdown.
they
You
had
gotta
a-
throw the ball in the end zone at least once or twice there.
They had hit a field goal in the third quarter as well, but the fourth quarter was just awesome because
Yeah.
they took the lead with 7 minutes to go. Then Miami
Yep.
scores on the Malachi Toney, basically a wide receiver screen, and he's just electric. Takes it to
course.
the house. Then Chambliss gets the ball back, drives him down. Really nice pass, I think, to the tight end for
I like him.
pretty long touchdown on what they say is a scissors concept because the one wide receiver runs deep. The other guy then goes underneath, and he's just wide open. Chambliss
was.
makes a nice pass, but ultimately Miami gets the ball back with roughly 3 minutes to go in the game, and Carson Beck, worth every dollar that Miami gave him, which I know there were some rumors that he'd be making like $10 million.
Yeah.
He's a 7th-year senior,
Yep.
7th year in college,
Yep.
and
It's played
he
a lot of
has
college football.
3 third downs, which he converts,
Yep.
and then ultimately runs in.
Well, then Ole Miss had the face mask too on the 3rd and 8.
Yeah.
That was a killer.
but just 3 big third down conversions by Beck. And that's really the difference in the game. I mean, you mentioned the time of possession, which was
42.
basically 41-19, or if you want to go 42-18,
Yeah.
whatever.
Crazy.
Nuts.
They ran basically twice the amount of plays, but to me, the biggest difference is when you just look at the third down conversions.
I know.
Miami was 11 for 19 on third downs.
Mm-hmm.
Ole Miss 2 for 10.
Crazy, isn't it?
2 for 10.
Yeah, like I said, when you don't have the ball for more than 19 minutes and you're in the red zone, you've got to score some touchdowns.
Sure sounds like, because I only saw the highlights, it sure sounds like Ole Miss did a hell of a job to keep it close at all.
They did.
They did
Miami,
well in the
though,
fourth quarter, yeah.
I think overall, and it's funny, my brother went to the U and he's texting me. He's already got his tickets.
Oh, I
He
bet.
already bought, last night, boom, bought his tickets.
Well, it's a home game for Miami.
It's a
to
home
win the
game.
Yes,
national title.
incredible.
Yeah,
Home game.
look
Going
at
for their 6th national
amazing.
title.
But Miami was almost giving Ole Miss a chance to win this game. They had 10 penalties.
10 penalties, yep.
10 penalties.
They played
and they
sloppy.
dropped at least 2, if not 3, interceptions. Easy ones.
Yep. I know.
Easy ones. It was unbelievable, the balls that they dropped.
If Ole Miss would have won this game, they would have stolen that. I mean, they just the final score. What's funny is Miami was a 3.5-point favorite, And I took Ole Miss plus 146 on the money line. Not happy.
Yeah, I was
but
for Ole Miss
but
too.
they would have stolen it. But yeah, I mean 11 for 19 and 2 for 2 on fourth, and key face mask there on that last drive. Man, it's just college football. Man, there's so many problems with college football, kind of off the field, because of the portal and the calendar, recruiting, NIL, all that jazz. But when you get games like this, man, it kind of brings you back, and it's really fun to watch. And I hope tonight's just as much fun to watch.
It was an awesome game. Yeah, tonight's a rematch. But Cakes mentioned it. It's crazy that Miami's going to have a home game in the national championship.
Yep.
But they've been on the road
Yeah.
for 2 months.
Yeah.
They were on the road in the college football playoffs. You beat Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
You keep rolling.
It's also
beat
weird
Ohio State,
they've won
neutral
3
field.
of their 5 national titles in
In
Miami.
Miami.
So this would be 4 or 6 if they're able to pull this off.
And what a
it's
storybook
pretty insane.
if they pull it off for Cristobal.
Right.
Because he was an offensive lineman at Miami, won the national championship in 89, won it in 1991, and then he ends up back at Miami as the head coach and has him in the national championship.
And then, of course, all the controversy with Miami leapfrogging Notre Dame by the committee as the last at-large team, the 10 seed. And now they can say, you know what? You get hot at the right time. We deserve to be
They're
there.
proving worthy of being
They're
there.
proving worthy to be
Absolutely.
there.
Don't you want to increase the field now a little bit?
Sure. I'm down with 16.
I'm
always
so
been down
I'm
with it.
so down with 16 because especially in the portal era and the NIL era, the playing field's so much even for
Bad last year. They blew so many big leads. They allowed so many points to subpar teams, allowing 42 to teams like Syracuse. So Cristobal decides to go and make a change at defensive coordinator and go out get this guy Corey Heatherman. Corey Heatherman's story is unbelievable. He played at Fitchburg State.
Pittsburgh?
Not Pittsburgh State.
F-I-T-Z Burg?
Fitchburg State.
Fitchburg, okay.
Which is in.
Mike Marr played there.
I could not figure out what state
I had
that's
no
in.
idea where until
I'm
I
gonna
did some
guess it's
research.
Tennessee.
No, Massachusetts.
Okay.
Played quarterback there.
All right.
All right. He's probably in his early 40s. Played quarterback there. Then he was the quarterback coach at Fitchburg. Then he went to an Austrian football team.
Okay.
Okay, so they play
They
football in
I
Austria.
didn't know they play football over there.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
He was the linebacker coach
Right.
for this team. Then he went to Germany.
Okay.
Okay,
Talk about a coaching odyssey.
yeah. Then he went to King's College.
Don't know where that
I
is
think that's
either.
in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Wilkes-Barre, maybe. Then he went to Pace.
All right, that's in New York.
That's in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
How do
Thought
they
that
have,
was in Indiana.
Yeah.
how do
no
they have-
idea.
How do they have a football team in New York City?
Yeah.
Where are they playing?
They have a
Limited
lacrosse
space.
team too.
Yeah.
Central Park.
Yeah, maybe practice in Central Park. Then he went to Springfield College, Northeastern College.
Mm-hmm.
Then he finally got into Division One. He went to Old Dominion. He was at James Madison under Signetti.
Did you got a sick memory because you're just doing this off the top of your head?
Well, I was doing some research on him this morning because Corey Heatherman was only at Minnesota for 1 year as defensive coordinator, and Cristobal said, "That's my guy." He plucks him, hires him, and he's got one of the best defenses in the country. Anyway, his odyssey is crazy to go from Fitchburg State with I guarantee you, 99.9% of America doesn't even know it exists, and now he's playing for a national
He's
championship
definitely
as
a
a DC.
renter. Dude definitely rents.
Yeah.
There's no chance he's
But
buying
anyway, it's-
houses and all
Well,
these.
he's on
Probably getting a
bullet train.
fat bonus now,
He's on
though.
bullet train at head coach bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Good
just
for him.
but you got to feel good for guys like that.
Let me ask you something without
What
being
do you think he was making as a quarterback coach at Fitchburg State?
10K.
Right.
If that.
I don't want to be
Now he's making $1 million.
a jerk because I only watched the highlights, but I'm watching Beck with what I was trying to be a critical eye. It seemed like a lot of the guys, though, they were simple throws. The guys were wide open, that kind of thing. Does he make tight window throws? Does he
He
have
had some
all
tight
those?
window throws.
I mean, he had a great.
In the highlights, they were all like
I mean,
pretty
if you look
standard.
at the last drive, his third down conversions, I mean, they were kind of open, but they were good throws.
I'm not saying that he can't make them. I'm just saying
No, I mean
that's not what I
they weren't
saw.
wide open. And he had a bomb that was wide open,
Yeah.
like a busted
Or the
coverage.
short yard one that went to the house or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
that-
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the
I mean,
last drive, those third downs, they were pretty well
He
covered.
completed a high percentage of his passes this year.
I mean, the
now,
one
they didn't play a ton of tough defenses, but he completed a high percentage.
What did you think of possible commander selection, Ruben Bain?
Oh, he's
It's a little
stud.
quiet yesterday.
It was a little quiet.
Yeah, but he's a stud.
But-
He's really good.
Ole Miss also employed kind of a quick passing attack.
Short arms scare me off a little bit, even though he's
Is that
got
the
the guy's got-
criticism of him everybody says? Because
Short
you do hear
arms.
so
Yes.
there is a
Yeah.
knock against that guy.
31
Some
inch
are
arms, I
all
think.
in on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
what
you know what?
awesome game.
They also criticized the Patriots for drafting Will Campbell, the offensive tackle from LSU,
Right.
because he had short arms. He's a stud.
Yep.
So I don't put that much stock into it.
Hey, look at how they play on the field.
Yeah.
So awesome game. Miami wins 31-27. Tonight you'll have a rematch game to see who they will play in Miami for the national championship. Indiana, of course, beat Oregon. In the first matchup, you'll see Mendoza against Moore. That has draft implications
Possibly
too.
the top two picks, right?
So that's going to be a huge matchup tonight. Look, we got a packed show. Tom Arnold's going to be in studio. He's at the DC Comedy Loft. He's going to join us at 9 o'clock. But we got a lot to get into. Mike McDaniel got fired by the Dolphins after the show. Of course,
That's
a lot of people
the big
here
one to me.
want him to be here in Washington.
Is he coming? Is
when
he
we
coming?
come back, though, we'll open up the Junkies sports page. There's one guy who got traded that may not play for the home team, and then another one who just got arrested. We'll get into that next here on the Junkies. Welcome back. Junkies coming to you live on 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980 here in the DMV. Let's open up the Junkies sports page brought to you by Open Road.
Love the people over there, Open Road. Reston Town Center at the distillery. Check them out. They got great vodka and gin. Of course, you can get their dark liquors, their bourbons, their whiskeys, their maple old fashioned, all in Northern Virginia ABC stores. But the distillery is great restaurant. Of course, check out all those restaurants, not just Open Road. They've got El Bebe, they've got Circa, they've got Trio. They've got a lot of great restaurants around the area, so check it out. Make sure you tell them when you walk in who sent you.
Bishbucks.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Or Cakes.
That works too.
Yeah, Cakes
Yep.
sent me in. Even though Cakes has never been in any of the restaurants.
I've been to El Bebe at least once.
Oh, you have? Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right, so we started the show talking about last night's college football semi, the Fiesta Bowl out in Phoenix.
I liked it better when it was the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, personally, instead of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
The VRBO.
But that's just nostalgia.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm a VRBO guy, though.
You don't-
You a VRBO guy? Don't really use it?
I'm more of an.
I've used it, yeah.
I've booked through Airbnb. I don't think
I like the
Verbo.
Nick Saban commercials where he's
They
bitter.
make you chuckle.
Yeah,
He
he's
says
funny.
this is not a spa.
Yeah.
That whole bit.
5-minute showers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
No fun.
Right.
Sounds like me. Anyway, really good game. Close game. Now, statistically, it wasn't very close. Miami had the ball for nearly 42 minutes. Okay, Ole Miss had the ball for about 18 and a half minutes. But they kicked 4 field goals, had to score some touchdowns on some of those possessions. Had the lead late, but Carson Beck, who's played a ton of college football, takes the Canes down the field. They take the lead, and they win the game 31-27. They were 11 for 19 on third downs. They committed 10 penalties, which certainly helped Ole Miss keep the ball and score some points. But Ole Miss had 4 field goals, actually missed one too. So they had 5 field goal attempts as opposed to just 2 for Miami. Miami took advantage of their big plays, and they win 31-27. So they will be in the national championship game on January 19th against either Indiana or Oregon. And that will be, of course, tonight.
Who are you rooting for? I know Cakes
down in
is-
Atlanta at the Peach Bowl.
Big
Cakes is
Big Ducks guy.
anti-Indiana. I'm rooting hard for Indiana.
I'm rooting for Indiana.
I mean, how could you not root for such a big underdog?
I'm rooting for Indiana as well.
yeah, I've got
And
a-
they're not an underdog in this game.
Well, just
No.
no from afar.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's one of the greatest stories. It really is, if you think about it, because they are the losingness. Is that a word? Losingness.
That works.
Football team in
Like Division
FBS
One. Yeah.
in terms of total losses.
Right.
And of course,
Turnaround's unbelievable.
it's unbelievable. And statistically, if you think about this, do you know how many fumbles they have lost this year
I do not.
in 14 games?
One. It's pretty
Do
impressive.
you know how many defensive pass interferences they have in 14 games?
That's crazy. So they're just disciplined.
They are so disciplined. Their roster doesn't match up to a lot of these rosters. I mean, they've got a good team. All right, Mendoza won the Heisman. But if you look at the roster, you'd say,
Pound
okay,
for pound,
good player, but not great players. But they just don't make mistakes. That's you're not going to see them with 10 penalties like Miami last night.
I'm rooting hard for Dante Moore
You
to
know what?
carve them up. I'm
Yeah.
just
You know,
praying that
I'm kind
happens
of
tonight.
with you. I'm kind of with you, Cakes.
You're with me.
You don't like
Okay.
that they're getting too much love?
No, I think Indiana. It is a great story, but I think it's bad for college football.
Right.
I think what Indiana did is bad for college football
Because
now you have every single fan and every single program think
their program
Right,
can
they-
do
yeah,
it.
that they can be the next Indiana.
Right.
When sometimes you kind of need to know your lot in life.
Right.
You know, sometimes
Yeah, this
your
is a
team.
weird
Sometimes your
anomaly.
team.
It's a weird blip. It
Sometimes
doesn't
your
make
team is
sense.
just bound for the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Right.
Someone's got to play.
And that should be that's like your
Yeah.
ceiling is the Duke's
yeah,
Mayo Bowl.
someone
not being
someone
in the-
needs to play in the Wasabi Bowl.
Right. That's true.
Yeah,
It's very true.
Yeah, but I do think it does show that if the stars align, you can do it.
I
from
know,
a
but
random
it's
place.
just everything needs to. It's like pitching a perfect game.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It's-
I like it because now it's not just Georgia and Ohio State and Michigan and
Oh yeah,
Alabama.
that it's new blood.
all the blue bloods that usually
Well,
win
plus
national
it's
championships.
also for me. I'll speak for me. It's jealousy because I root for the Terps, and I've always considered like Maryland a slight notch above Indiana, especially in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Now, I know Maryland hasn't been in the Big Ten for very long, but I've always considered Maryland superior to Indiana.
Well,
now
yeah.
to have them
I
at
think all of us have.
such heights, it It boggles my mind.
You're
it doesn't.
jealous.
It's
Yeah.
throwing off my worldview.
It's a crazy story.
It doesn't make sense.
But you can root for your conference, Cakes.
No, I
Big
don't-
Ten.
no,
Hey, you can root for former
that's dumb.
Terps.
Well, you
That'd
are
be
going to be
that'd
rooting for the
me-
conference.
That'd be like me rooting for Pittsburgh if they beat the Caps. In
Aren't
the
you
playoffs.
rooting for the conferences in Oregon in the Big Ten?
Yes.
I'm not really rooting for the
Yeah, but
conference.
not
I'm
for
rooting
that
for
reason.
one team
I
to
know.
beat the other.
It doesn't really click when you say Oregon's in the Big
Yeah,
Ten, even
I
though
know,
they
it's just
are.
dumb.
But
You know what?
It doesn't click.
All those SEC lovers that talk about the SEC being the best,
Right.
who wanted more SEC teams in this pool
Right.
than any other conference, they're not going to have a team in the championship game.
No, they're not. It's the ACC against the Big Ten. But you can root for Roman Hemby, former Terp.
No, not
No.
really, because his success leads to Indiana's success. So
Yeah. You know what? He decided to leave a crap program and go to a
henceforth,
better
I
program.
cannot root
Yeah,
for Roman Hemby.
scoring lover.
Scoring lover. Yeah.
Hey, did you see the video
Sure, root for
of,
Hemby.
and I know Jason didn't see it. Maybe you guys saw it this morning. Did you see the video of Jackson Dart on the sideline?
I don't think so.
No.
So I think it was an Ole Miss assistant coach
Okay.
asked Jackson Dart, who's going to coach the Giants next year? And, you know, for what it's worth, Lip Reader said he shot back. He's like, I don't know. Kevin Stefanski or Jim or Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Hey, aren't we all rooting for Miami just so that we could see Michael Urban's bender?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to ask. Was Irvin there last night?
Yeah,
of
Was
course.
he doing a whole? Was he
Well,
all
Ray
high
Lewis.
on
Ray
cocaine?
Lewis was there, and
Right.
I
I'm
mean,
sure all the guys are.
Calais Campbell.
Is
all
he
those
making
guys.
an ass of himself, or did he dial it down a little
Who,
bit?
Michael?
Yeah.
I mean, he
I-
did belt to ass.
He did belt to ass. Look, he's an excited fan. I think a lot of people, I guess, this is the last
He's a
play. I
high
used
fan.
it. I used it for our Junks radio tweet this
He's
morning.
way too much.
Yeah, he's.
I mean, he's so
he's too
off-putting.
over the top.
There's
I'm
nothing.
actually-
There's
I kinda love
nothing.
it.
That's his brand, though.
No,
The only people that love him
It's
are people that went to the
humiliating.
U.
No, he's
He's like
annoying.
the old
fake?
guy at the bar in College
He's
Park.
annoying. Now you got to deal with him for another
He's so
10
annoying.
days.
You think it's fake?
I think he's high on cocaine, but I also think it's incredibly annoying. I find
I
nothing
don't think to
about
alums.
No, to the people that went to the U, they love it. But
Maybe, maybe
everybody
I don't know,
else,
anybody with class.
it tilts
looks at
everybody
that and
else.
goes,
He's like a-
that's
he's like a-
humiliating.
I mean, I can't believe like a Hall of Fame wide receiver is basically a mascot.
He's a super
It's
fan.
like
yeah.
no,
He's Sebastian
no, he's
the
making it
Ibis.
about him. He's making the whole
You
game
know,
about him.
he's like
way distracting.
God, who was the Maryland Special K? He's like Special K on cocaine.
No, but even worse. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
I wonder what they were showing shots in the broadcast of Eli Manning in the booth. That's the tale of two things
Yeah,
when
but those guys
because
are
it came down.
reserved.
By the way, it came down to the last play.
Yeah.
So Miami scores with 18 seconds left, and Chambliss had two long completions, and then spiked it with 6 seconds left, I believe. And then it wasn't even. I mean, you can call it a Hail Mary, but it wasn't really a Hail Mary. It was just like a 30-yard pass.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Came down the last play.
No,
So
fourth
Irvin was
quarter-
going nuts there because he's basically right there by the end
Yeah.
zone. No, I
Yeah.
think he was on the other side.
I know, but just comport yourself in some class.
I mean, it's how old is he?
He's
gotta
like,
be in
he's got to be over.
Yeah,
our
Like
age.
60?
Probably
And he
close to
thinks- and he
60,
thinks he's
yeah.
on
Yeah.
the team.
He
It's
thinks
just,
he's on the team.
It's just it makes
No,
it cracks me up.
No, but beyond it, he's making it all about him. That's what's incredibly annoying.
Yeah, but the media is giving it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The media
It's part of his brand. Like
The
he
media
has
is
to.
awful.
Yeah,
I think if you look at his tweet this morning, he's like had to do belt the
Well,
ass
he was
again.
on-
Like he's got to do it now.
Netflix hired him for the pregame for the Commanders Cowboys game. He was up there with Austin Eckler.
Who didn't they hire for the pre-games during Christmas?
True, but it's not like he's just on the sideline. He was
Yeah.
doing television.
He's 59.
Yeah.
Well, he was on Fox for years.
Yeah, he was on
I mean,
Fox.
He's done
He's a Hall of Famer.
TV forever.
He's a superstar.
NFL
I think
Network.
He's embarrassing himself. I personally.
He
All
got-
right, do you blame him or do you blame the networks for showing him?
Both.
Well, both are culpable.
Both. They're feeding this monster.
More blame him.
Come on, man.
I think
it's
to be honest,
humiliating.
I think he's high on attention.
Yeah,
He's high on ADs.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I don't think
I
it's
think-
just
I-
adrenaline. I don't think that's just.
I think
adrenaline.
he's shooting that AD into his veins.
Either way,
Yeah.
I don't care
He's
what he does.
mainlining it.
I don't care what he does. He's a distraction. If I was a Miami alum, I would be disappointed.
Oh, do
But
you
you
think
know those Miami alums? It's, in my opinion, now this is coming from a guy who graduated from Maryland. That love for the U and just ask Santana Moss. Like these people, it's
understand
deeper than other
But
universities.
Santana doesn't act like an idiot. He has class.
I haven't seen him at a
class.
semifinal
Listen,
game.
it's the same
He doesn't
thing.
act like
It's
that.
the same thing. I was critical
It's a
of
different
Ray.
personality.
When
Guarantee
Ray
he
was
was
going
fired
off
up.
and making it all about him before every game, like towards the end. It was just, it's too much. But that's just me.
Well,
All right,
Irvin
so-
lost a lot of his media jobs, right? So
Yeah.
getting this attention gets him back.
Potentially.
Well, I mean, Netflix liked it.
Eric, do you think this is like, you think in Michael Irvin's head, he's going, man, if we win, I'm going to do this? It's that calculated? Or is it he's just so euphoric in the moment?
I mean,
Or,
I don't
like
know.
it's part of his, like,
Well,
do
I
you-
think now he's created a monster. That's all. I just think he's created a monster.
he's like,
Now,
he's
the
like,
expectation
you
he
think,
has to.
you think he's like Rom, where in his head, he's thinking, how do I make this all about me?
I don't necessarily think
No, I
he's
just think
doing it
he's-
consciously.
He's
but
a
that's
mega
the,
narcissist.
Yeah,
so
but
of
that's
course
the-
he makes it about
That's
himself.
the end result of it, though. Yeah. It's just the end result of it.
Right.
I just think it's just embarrassing. That's all. It's just me.
But I will root for him if Indiana advances. I will root for him to be an a-hole on the sideline for Miami.
Because
to
you'll
win.
root for him, yeah.
I will do that. I will
I
switch my
really are
allegiances.
jealous of Indiana.
Jealous, and I just don't.
He just,
But
he's
I just-
pissed. He's more pissed.
I'm more just. I'm confused by the whole thing.
Okay, but I would take the other path. And again, this is also where I probably differ from Valdez, where I do think it gives programs like Maryland, hey, if the stars align, you can get hot and you can get a
Sure,
2 or 3
it-
year run.
it
I'm not
gives
saying it's
hope.
going to be a 10-year run because they'll probably hire him away somewhere.
Yeah.
No, it would be
But-
great if it happened to Maryland. I'd be pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's happening to the Hoosiers.
I know,
who I
but
don't
it's,
care about.
I think it gives other schools a little hope.
Of course it does.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great story.
Just dying for it to be like 38-3. I want it to be humiliating.
bloodbath.
Humiliating.
I don't
loss.
think it's
It
going
ain't
to
going
But
to be.
I know
don't
that
think it's going to be.
I know that's not going to happen.
All
I
right.
want
Maybe the other way.
I want Mendoza to throw 4 picks tonight. That's what I
The
want.
world's the nicest guy.
Is he allegedly the world's nicest guy? I don't know.
He's very Kirk Cousins.
He's very,
He's very, like,
he's very
oh.
He's
dorky.
kind of geeky.
Okay.
He's kind of
Like,
dorky,
He always
geeky.
says the right thing.
Eddie
always.
Haskell-ish.
Okay,
Choose a
that's
Leave It to
fine.
Beaver
Yeah, I want
reference.
the world's nicest guy to face plant in front of
All right, hold on.
millions
So a
tonight.
couple more things. Mike McDaniel is gone.
Right, he gone.
So now there's 8 spots open.
Well, he's gone, but he's highly coveted.
He's literally gone.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
He's literally gone like 15 minutes after Harbaugh announces he's
Right.
leaving. I mean,
Right,
it's
right.
One
crazy.
quarter
So
of
does
the
it-
NFL coaches were fired this year.
I know.
25% of the league out.
It's nuts.
Yep.
So McDaniel is out, but maybe Harbaugh's in. We'll find out. But McDaniel, and we'll talk about it later, is going to be coveted as an OC by a lot of
he'll be
teams.
covered
Lions
by
have
head
already
coaches, too.
shown interest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Supposedly.
I
Yeah,
think
maybe.
the Lions and Chiefs.
yeah. I mean, why
yeah.
wouldn't you want one of the better offensive minds in the league on your staff?
Tampa Bay fired their. They fired 5 coaches,
They got rid of a lot of guys,
including Josh Grizzard, who's the offensive coordinator.
But kept Bowles.
They kept Bowles, which is surprising to me. I thought he was going to be gone after not making the playoffs. but-
Baker's going to have another offense coordinator.
Yeah.
He's had like a record amount in his tenure
All right,
in the NFL.
Marshawn
He's a
Lattimore, Eric Bickle's favorite player,
Your favorite
Was-
player, your bold prediction is being all pro.
was arrested for the second time on
What was the
weapons
first,
chart.
What was the first
He
one?
was arrested.
Weapons.
Yeah,
When
same.
was it?
It was before he joined the. It was when he was with New Orleans.
So what's the deal? I saw it and I just laughed because
He was carrying a concealed weapon.
I saw, but is it
Yeah.
like was
He
he,
was pulled
walking
over-
into an airport or he got pulled over by
no,
a cop?
he was
or-
in a car.
So it wasn't
pretty
like
sure.
he was threatening anybody. He just
No,
happened
no,
to
no.
have
He
one.
just has a gun.
He probably asked him, "Do you have a weapon?" He goes, "Yeah, I got one."
He was arrested
Was
Wednesday
he
night
unlicensed?
with charges related to carrying concealed weapons and improperly handling firearms in a motor vehicle. So, second
He probably
time
had
he's
it like out on his seat or something.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that's the same.
Second time he's been
Who knows?
arrested.
Listen, he's gone. Doesn't matter. This case means nothing.
I
He's
know.
gone
Oh,
anyway.
I
He's
understand
the
that.
gonest of the goners,
I'm
Marshawn
just
Lattimore.
curious.
But people
he
who don't
wasn't
like him-
threatening anybody. or
No,
anything.
no, no,
Yeah.
no. He's not a criminal.
Right.
I mean, a billion people have guns.
Right. That's my point.
But anyway, it's a big story just because it's Lattimore.
He wasn't threatening any wide receivers either when he was on the field.
No.
Well, you know what? He started to play
with or
blue and
without a
better.
gun.
no.
And
I
Maybe
think he made one
maybe should
play
have
on
kept
the
it on his hip on the field.
And then I
Yeah.
know we'll get into this later, but Trey Young, of course, is coming to the Wizards. Wizards Muse reported that he likely won't play much, if at all, for the Wizards this season. Of course, he's been dealing with some injuries, but we'll see how
We'll
they
get
kind of
into this.
handle this.
I think he's going to play some.
I think he is too. I'm just
They
not
have
sure.
to kick the tires
I'm
on
just
him.
sure. I'm not sure how quickly they're going to put him
Yeah.
in.
I don't think it's going to be a rush job to get him into the
But let me
starting
just say
lineup.
this, and I know we'll talk about it throughout the show at different points. This whole idea that, oh my God, he's going to jeopardize the top 8 protected pick or whatever. No, he's not. They'll figure that out.
Yeah.
If for some reason he made them great,
Did the Mavs lose last night?
They'd figure that out.
I know Cooper Flagg had a great game, but did they lose?
Look it
He
up.
almost had a triple-double. I think he had 26, 10, and 8.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if they won or lost.
Mavericks, let's see. They lost by 2 to the Jazz.
All right, so see, they lost. All right, so they didn't win, didn't separate it that much from 8 to 9, but we'll see. Anyway, there's your sports page.
No, but what it does tell you is it was more a move, not about getting better, but more a move about the financial aspect.
I think they like the flexibility a year from now to upgrade again.
They literally have no huge salaries on the books
Yeah.
past this year outside of Trae Young's incoming salary.
Which would
And
be
he brings them
49,
some
yeah.
star
49.
power in the meantime. And if it by some weird
And I heard it
circumstance
from
fits,
I heard it from a
they'll keep
reliable
him.
source. I'm not going to say who, but his agent's already asked the Wizards for $200 million.
Oh, really?
Okay, so
Okay.
he wants that big deal. He wants that
Sure.
big cent. Do you want the Wizards to give Trae Young a similar deal that Bradley Beal got? I don't know if you do.
Probably not. But what if he says, okay, they say, okay, we get that. Well, you're going to have to play a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays a certain way. The guy is an all-star.
Yeah, isn't it crazy
Talented.
though how
Been a while.
guys like Trae Young, just the value of those guys just isn't what it was
Right.
because he was traded for McCollum and Corey Kispert.
Mm-hmm.
And his style of play has fallen out of favor
Yeah.
for most teams in the league.
Yeah, it's
If
just,
not every team in the league.
But anyway, it's
I would argue
an
that
interesting
style
story.
was never good.
Right.
But it's gotten crazy. You know, Steph Curry ruined basketball, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
As great
Trey
as he
actually
is.
did make the All-Star team last year, but it's been a while since he was all NBA. 2022, he was all NBA,
Yeah.
which is top 15 players in the league.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how quickly he gets on the court. Yeah, it's a big story.
Definitely
hopefully-
interesting.
And hopefully we'll talk to Will Dawkins very soon.
That would be great.
I have a feeling
touch
he'll be
base.
on the show on Monday.
Oh, really?
You
Okay.
got a
honest with
feeling,
you.
huh?
Yeah.
Got a
So-
vibe.
All right, a little bit later in the show, we will go through all the NFL super wild card matchups. This is just a great weekend in sports. It really started last night.
I had my
Then you got a
second
game tonight.
NFL playoff fantasy draft last night. It went a lot quicker than Cakes and I's draft,
Right, 'cause-
which was 3 days.
Because you weren't the guy in charge of it, in charge of the tech of the draft.
No, I was.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, but it was all of us in one room.
Oh, okay.
It
I
was
don't
a
know how
live.
you-
It was a
I don't-
live draft.
You did a
I don't know how
live
you
draft.
pulled that
Yeah.
off.
Did you get out and about?
Yeah, we went out to just a local pub and
Nice.
just got everybody together.
Ah,
That's
okay.
old school.
That is.
Super
That's
old
very
school.
old
Well,
school.
It's fun when you do that, actually.
I knew that was the way to do it because it would have taken forever to do it the other
Yeah.
way.
You learned.
I learned. So
You
next
learned.
year we won't do it that way.
Did you cavemen have the draft board on hieroglyphics in your watering hole?
Pretty close.
Coming up
I
at
like
You'd be
it.
surprised.
7 o'clock, we're going to hit the skins and talk about Mike McDaniel, whether he's the number one choice for the Commanders at offensive coordinator. Don't go anywhere.
So you guys are all aware I had a scorching case of Bullets fever yesterday. I think it peaked at like 103.5 during the show.
Was it dampened when you heard that Trae Young may not even play?
No, not at all. Actually, it led me to do something Bullets/Wizards related after the show yesterday.
Oh, hold on. You went out.
Did you get some tickets for a game, or
Oh, yeah.
My Bullets fever, I think it peaked yesterday afternoon.
did you call JBS?
I might have reached out to
He
JVS.
sent a
And
text. He didn't call.
he was
Okay.
nice enough to offer up 4 Vault Suite tickets
There
for
you go.
tonight's game.
Oh, you're gonna have some caviar and some
I mean,
IPAs
I
tonight.
Who's
know-
going?
I'm going. My son Brendan is going, and 2 of his college roommates.
Nice.
That'll be fun. They're not going to believe
It's
it.
going to be a great time.
They're going to be
Who's
so
the
spoiled.
designated driver? You?
I'll be
the
DD.
responsible
Yeah.
adult.
I can go and have a few cocktails and
Keep it
and-
together.
Yeah. It'll be a great time.
These kids
Looking
are
forward to
these
it.
kids are going to be so spoiled. They're never going to want to go
they're gonna
and sit in a
does
regular seat
ruin you.
again.
They're
It
gonna have.
ruined-
I'm sure they're gonna have a great time.
It
Yeah.
ruins.
I mean, that's how my daughters are when I've taken them to Caps games. Or
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have great seats or in the suites or.
Well, as soon as I walk in, I'm going to ask for an ice pack for my Bullets fever, and then I'll have a cold drink.
Well,
to
speaking
keep
of,
everything under control.
I remember going to a Bullets game in, call it 1992 or
Okay.
3, and when Jordan
The
came
old
to
Cap Center.
yep, when Jordan came to town,
Yep.
and Pippen and all the boys, and I wanted to see them. I probably was in the last row.
Of course you were.
The
you
I was probably in the top
'cause
row.
You know why? Because like me, you were a POV from PG County.
I was.
And you bought $8 tickets.
Yeah.
And you had a great time.
no, I remember when we first started working with Monumental, when we did, even before we did Table Manners, when we just do some guest hits on like their football show, et cetera.
Well, Junks TV aired on what was then Comcast Sportsnet for a season.
I don't even remember that. But post that, where the woman was in charge, I can't even remember her name. And she would give us seats on the wood at pretty much any games because they had
Oh, what
the
was her
Comcast
name?
Sportsnet
Now it's going to
had
bother me.
Picture her.
Rebecca.
Rebecca, yeah, you pulled
Rebecca
it. You
when
got
she
it.
was there. She
Yep.
was great, huge supporter of ours. And they, Comcast had 4 wood seats for every game.
Right.
And, occasionally, once or twice a year, you tap into it. And it just ruins you.
It
It
does.
ruins you.
And last year, I literally sat on the floor, directly catty-cornered to the Wizards bench. I
Yeah.
was as close as I am to you to like Rashawn Holmes
Yeah.
and
That's
Justin
so-
Champagny.
Yeah, Cakes and I sat there with our kids and watched Rashawn Holmes
Yeah.
act miserable throughout, and then during the game, I look up. I mean, he's a pretty nondescript NBA player. Been in the league for a decade.
Yeah.
Banger, rebounder. He was making $10 million.
And he was
And he
bitter.
looked
He was
miserable.
miserable. Yeah. I mean, I get it.
Well, that'll be
But we
fun.
were close enough to give him a high five.
It's going to be a fun night.
Hey, I
Looking
saw this
forward to it.
story. I got to bring it up. I know it's not on the outline, but I got to bring it up because this is the most EB story I have seen.
Okay, all right.
Right, so it's about
Headline
swingers or something?
from the Daily Star.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You got the Winter Olympics coming up, right?
Don't know what the Daily Star is, by the way, but
and
go ahead.
ski jumping
It's an
is an
online
event,
Yeah.
and apparently there are some
guys want to go?
ski jumpers going to crazy lengths to get an edge.
Okay, all right.
Headline: Olympic sport rocked by Penisgate as athletes inject members to gain advantage.
What is
I don't get it.
How do they gain an advantage?
Apparently, they all right. I'll it's hard to explain,
Yeah,
but
just
they
tidy it up for
they-
radio, JP. You are a
they
radio
do-
professional.
I don't think you can do it.
measurements of the crotch area
Okay.
of their jumpsuits. And apparently, I guess scientifically, they've realized that if you have extra crotch area, it can help the aerodynamics
So if you
and
have a bigger,
potentially give you an edge.
so a
Really?
bigger person will fly better
I
than
would
a
think
smaller
that bigger.
person.
I would think that bigger would be more cumbersome.
Well, maybe it will carry you.
They say that the surface area of the
Ah.
athlete,
the larger the surface area.
that you will have the possibility of a better jump.
It's too
And
complicated.
it is reported that some athletes are injecting hyaluronic acid into a silicone condom-like device that they then put in their trousers. They're packing.
their trousers. That's such an old man phrase.
All right, but they're not actually putting it into their Jimmy Johnson.
Doesn't seem like it.
They're just like stuffing a sock
like
in there.
there's some sort
Essentially.
of like accessory that they're putting into their the groin area of their
Right.
ski
Kind of
pants.
thing.
Who was the guy that had the Whizzinator back in the day?
Ontario Smith, running back for the
Great
Minnesota
memory.
Vikings.
Jeez.
He
Who,
tried.
for a drug test, had a fake Jimmy Johnson.
I think he
You can
brought
get
it
one
like
like
through
a
an air,
backup-
I think he brought it through an airport. They're like,
Yeah.
what is this wackadoo device?
Yeah. You should have said sex toy.
Probably would have
Yeah.
Would have sufficed?
You
So
could
one of
get
the-
those kind of things in the back of a Rolling Stone back in the day.
One of the
Yeah.
ski
Along with, like,
ski
hydroponic
jumping
lights.
coaches told his athletes, "You have to be prepared for questions about injections into your junk."
Mm-hmm. Well, that's different. You're now saying there are injections into your junk.
Are people really? They're really trying to gain an edge for. Let's be honest. Where does ski jumping rank in the
I think
pantheon of
it-
sports?
All right,
I
but
think-
if you got a gold medal,
Okay,
in
When
ski
you start
jumping,
talking Olympic
the
gold
rest of
medal,
your life-
all bets
Oh,
are
you're
off.
an Olympian.
I'm the next Eddie the Eagle. That's
Well,
my.
Eddie the Eagle was a goof. Yo, yes.
and maybe if you're from Norway,
I
it's
know,
a big
like,
deal.
Those guys walk down the streets, they're mobbed in
Ski
Sweden or
jumping
Norway.
is it's not like it's ballroom dancing. That's a legitimate Olympic event for
It is impressive
long
because
time.
those guys they're literally death-defying athletes.
Yeah.
right.
But I mean, it's only a sport that's ever seen once every 40 years. I mean, the rest of the time nobody cares about it.
Well, certainly here.
Couldn't care less.
Maybe
actually,
maybe in Europe they care. I don't know.
I wouldn't know.
Don't you think it's sick? I know when I was a kid, that was
Oh,
when
it's
I
impressive.
always really
There's
looked
no
forward
doubt
to
about
watching.
it. I would
Yeah.
never do it in a billion years.
Oh no.
Hey, rest in peace to Thomas Beal or Thelma Beal.
Thelma Beal, yeah.
Thelma Beal, who passed at 101 years old, one of the founders of Lido Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pour some out for her
The
tonight.
from
former
the
president and
original Lidos?
co-founder died of natural causes, 101 years old.
I mean, that's a crazy run.
She started Lido Pizza with her husband in 1955.
Did you ever see her around, Jason?
No.
Does it name
I
ring a
did.
bell?
It doesn't. I was looking at it. And I was expecting a different name. I didn't know that she was the president.
I saw someone comment and made me laugh that they should cremate her in the pizza oven.
I thought you were going to
You
say.
know what?
I thought you were going to say
I mean-
her coffin should be square.
No,
That's a funny one too. That's a great one.
Square coffin. They'll cut corners. But yeah, incinerating her in one of the Lido pizza ovens. That's a great send off. I mean, if her life was about pizza and making people happy with their pizza and their food,
I kind of like the square coffin.
they're
better.
both great. They're both great ideas. They're
I
both
just don't know how
great
you make
radio bit
how do you make a
ideas.
pizza in there after you just cremated
Well,
a person?
you take an old like an oven that's about to be taken out of commission,
One that's
and
on the
that's-
fritz.
and yeah,
Yeah, you
and
just
that's
replace
the,
it
That's
afterwards.
the last
Yeah.
offering into the oven.
Yeah.
Right. All right. I don't.
By the way,
I hate
speaking of
that.
the Olympics,
you get that big square.
Yeah, the big thing,
with
have her
the
body
snake,
on it.
the
Yeah,
big
yeah.
broom
I
you
don't know
put
what
in
that's
there.
called,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Speaking
it's a
of
very
the
important
Olympics,
tool.
which starts in about a month, right?
Yeah.
My buddy's kid qualified. We're gonna get him on the show in sometime before the Olympics, but his name's Troy Podmilsack. He's in.
Okay.
It's the Big Air event. So
Oh,
they
okay.
go
I love
off
that stuff.
and they do like 15 different.
Snowboarding event, right?
No,
Or is that-
skiing.
Oh, a skiing event.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Well, maybe it's snowboarding.
I
Big
don't
Air.
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of
Pro-
those two. I would have
Probably
to guess.
snowboarding. Probably.
Yeah, it's snowboarding.
Okay.
And they do like 15 flips and spins.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable what this kid does. They're from Leesburg or Ashburn.
Where does he train? Like,
I think he out in Colorado.
that makes sense.
Yeah. But anyway,
I thought you were going to mention Jeff McCauley because he's probably training for the skateboarding
Oh,
for
no,
the
no.
Olympics.
Summer.
So anyway.
And that's,
Very
that's a summer.
It's a
inside.
summer sport. And
Dude,
that
I
makes
don't know
me
about you
laugh.
guys. I know it's not traditional. It's not like a thing that we talk about. But when I ever see guys doing like dipping into the bowl or whatever you call it
Yeah, yeah.
for skateboarding and doing all the tricks or
Dropping in.
all
I
that
think.
X Games stuff, I'm riveted by it. That's good TV as far as I'm
I mean,
concerned.
I respect skateboarders because I literally couldn't go
Mm-hmm.
5 feet on a flat surface, let alone on a decline.
You don't
but-
find it interesting? And
I mean,
to
if it's on
watch?
TV, it's an instant click.
I see
pass,
the.
like
Man, I can
I-
watch it.
No,
I
can
see
watch it.
skateboarders twice a week when I go to
Yeah.
the Rockville Swim Center. There's a skate park there. I drive by it every time.
Right.
Never once.
Yeah,
am I
but
like,
those guys aren't elite. Like if you watch the elite
I don't know, maybe there
guys- I'm sure there's some decent ones, but when you watch the elite guys, it doesn't capture your attention at all. To me, it does.
So, Cakes, it's not snowboarding, it's skiing.
Oh, it's skiing. Okay.
Yeah, this Big Air, they are on skis.
Got it.
And Troy Podmilsack, so he'll be in the Olympics.
Very
That's
cool.
awesome.
Good for him.
That's hard to do.
Oh,
All right, coming up next, we're going to tackle the Mike McDaniel possibilities as we hit the skins. I put that up as our poll of the day. You can vote at Junks Radio. Junkies poll of the day sponsored by Surfside. Use the code JUNKS at store.statesidevodka.com. You get 25% off select merchandise, tees, hats, hoodies, and more. I'm wearing my Surfside hoodie right now. Use that code JUNKS at store.statesidevodka.com. Do you want the Commanders to hire Mike McDaniel as their next offensive coordinator? We'll get into that next as we hit the skins.
This update brought to you by the Reynolds Empower Home Team, Keller Williams Realty. The incredible run continues for the Miami Hurricanes, downing Mississippi 31-27, advancing to the national championship game. Carson Beck ran 3 yards for the go-ahead score. Beck threw 268 yards and 2 touchdowns. Head coach Mario Cristobal, the players deserve it.
I want to give a ton of credit to our players. I can't even tell you how many of our guys were sick, had the flu, had issues, and all they kept talking about was we're going to find a way, we're going to find a way. So, look, we're focused on, of course, enjoying this one, but we got to get focused on 1-0 one more time.
The sound courtesy ESPN. This is the first title shot since 2001 for the Canes. They'll take on the winner Indiana, Oregon. That's tonight. Quarterback Damon Williams Jr. is returning to play at Washington in 2026, he announced on Instagram. Nationals agree to terms with C.J. Abrams, Mackenzie Gore, and Jake Irvin, as well as Luis Garcia Jr. From the Crop Metcalf 5-star sports desk, Byron Kerr on the Fan.
Welcome back. Chucky's coming to you live on 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980 here in the DMV. In Richmond, appreciate you checking us out on 910 The Fan or 105.1 FM. You can listen to our pal AWOD every day as well. And you can watch us on the Monumental Sports Network. We're celebrating 30 years of the Junkies this year, presented by Main Street Bank. Cheer local, bank local. Main Street Bank is a business-focused community bank, proudly serving the DMV since 2004. Visit mstreetbank.com to learn how to put our team in your office. Main Street Bank, member FDIC, equal housing opportunity lender. It's Bish, Cakes, EB, and JP. We've got Tom Arnold, comedian, joining us in studio at 9 o'clock. A lot to get into. Let's hit the skins right now, though. It's cooked up by our friends at Oseyo Korean Barbecue in the Lansdowne Town Center. Authentic Korean flavors, bold marinades, and premium cuts grilled right at your table. It's a dining experience that's as fun as it is delicious. Perfect for date night or dinner with the family. Oseyo means come on in.
All right, so kind of surprising, although I think people that have been following this knew this was possible, that, and especially in a situation like Miami, especially given what McDaniel had said, that he was the coach for now as they were going through their GM search, et cetera. When a coach like John Harbaugh becomes available, that changes things. And some wondered whether or not you change something here in D.C. Well, it appears to have changed something in Miami. And Mike McDaniel is now out there. And immediately you would think that almost every team out there is going to want to at least talk to him as an offensive coordinator. There might be some head coaching opportunities, because I actually think, frankly, this pool doesn't look overly impressive.
No, a lot of people are saying
on
it's
paper,
not super impressive. So Mike McDaniel will get head coaching interviews.
Sure. If I'm a team like Cleveland or Tennessee, I would love to have him. That's a huge upgrade, I would think, offensively.
His record was exactly 500.
Yeah, 35 and 35.
For 4 seasons. Made the playoffs twice.
The last couple of years were weird. He was everybody's darling a couple of years ago. The boy genius, poster boy for boy genius. Good story, kind of overcome an issue with alcohol. And that's where Dan Quinn comes in, because they'd worked together. And, he publicly put him out there and said, look, Dan's one of the guys that helped put me over in my sobriety journey or whatever.
They're very close.
He was the wide receiver coach at Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then he went to San Francisco because Adam Peters brought him in.
Right. So the connections
there's connections there.
All over the place. Both have said really, really complimentary things. I think Dan Quinn said something to the effect of that he's one of my favorite coaches.
Yeah.
Really compliments his mind and how he processes things, how he puts a game plan together.
Well, he went
how
to
he makes
Yale.
quick decisions.
Smart guy.
And if he wants to run the ball more, he was the Niners' run game coordinator. Like, it makes all the sense in the world.
So, like, on paper,
for him to
it's
wind
just,
up
Well, he
here.
was the OC too when they lost to the Rams, and they went to the playoffs with Jimmy Garoppolo under his tutelage
I certainly think
as an offensive coordinator.
I know Yahoo has an article And the headline is, everyone agrees Mike McDaniel's the perfect fit for the Commanders.
But if you're Mike McDaniel and you're getting wooed, let's say you can't get a head coaching job, or you just don't want to be a head coach for a year or two, because that was kind of the story of Cliff Kingsbury, right? He wanted to get back in as a coordinator, allegedly, versus going right to being a head coach, and you just kind of want to learn again, maybe see a different system. If you're Mike McDaniel, would you choose Washington? You get Jaden Daniels. Detroit, who's interested, you get Jared Goff and all those weapons around him, or Kansas City and you get Patrick Mahomes.
I think there are other factors just than the weapons. I think you have to, these are human beings.
I agree.
The personalities factor in. I mean, I think those other, they have more weapons.
But you want to be successful too.
Yeah, but like you said, I think Jay Gruden always said this. These guys all think they'll be successful wherever they go, right? A lot of them think I can win anywhere because I'm a good coach. So I don't know. I think a lot of it depends on does he have a good relationship with Dan Campbell? Does he have a good relationship with Andy Reid?
Here's a question I have.
Does he even work with Andy Reid?
Here's a question I have for our callers: 1-800-636-1067. And I'm looking at our poll. 90% want the Commanders to hire him. Okay, it's just like an easy thing. Everybody says, "Oh yeah, Mike McDaniel, let's bring him in." I want to hear from those who are in the minority. Why don't you want Mike McDaniel as the offensive coordinator to replace Cliff Kingsbury, who's been ousted? 1-800-636-1067. And I also have a side question. I'm sure EB has seen it. Have you seen the viral video that they claim it's Mike McDaniel running routes? And like there's a crowd around. It's almost like that guy destroying or
I don't think they're claiming that's Mike McDaniel. I think that was like a meme.
Okay. Yeah, just like this white guy running routes
for memes.
I think
I asked it as a question. Is that
I've
Mike
seen
McDaniel? Because it's popped up and it says Mike McDaniel.
Well, he played wide receiver.
He did play wide receiver.
Why couldn't it be?
It looks a little bit like him, but it also looks like
didn't look like him to me.
that comedian that does Kill Tony.
I don't know.
And
If
I know
it
it's
is-
not him.
If it is, then I just
You know what?
assumed
I'm
it
going
was.
to post it. I'll find it. I'll post it at Junks Radio, and you can tell me if it's actually Mike McDaniel. It doesn't look like him in the face,
To
but
me,
it's
I thought
also
it was
like
just
20
like
years
a
ago.
meme, but whatever.
I mean, guy's running routes for like a minute, but it's like so good at it.
I mean, he played at Yale. He was a receiver, so maybe it was.
Maybe it is him.
I don't necessarily have a preference of Mike McDaniel over, and maybe these guys are not going to be able over Stefanski or Daboll. You know what I mean?
The only thing the reason why I might have one is because people really act like, I just defer, I don't know, that he's like a boy genius with some of this play design. And if that's the case, and given the relationships and everything, to me it does seem like a perfect.
I'm guessing that
it would be my preference.
the majority of the people who don't want him, they're going to just look at the record of, of the Dolphins the last couple of years and how the offense declined. But a lot of that has to do with
weapons.
With weapons, and Tyreek wasn't the same player. Tua had the concussion issues. I mean, they probably had a lot of issues.
He was a 500. It's not like he bottomed out and had horrible
he was
seasons
500
in
coach.
Miami.
Yeah,
But Tua maybe didn't develop. He declined.
Yeah, he wasn't good.
I mean, Tua got benched this year.
That might also just be that Tua has limitations.
Yeah.
I understand that,
he's
but
a
he was
limited
playing
player.
better. My point is, an argument could be made, 1-800-636-1067, that the quarterback, the most important position that the offense coordinator will have to deal with, didn't get better during his tenure with Mike McDaniel. He actually got worse.
That doesn't mean that's the indicate. That has anything to do with the
Doesn't mean
coaching.
it's just his
Just
coaching.
be all on him.
Just means
Maybe.
But
he
some guys
physically declined.
Some guys are just better coordinators than coaches.
That's definitely true.
okay. So
Norm
maybe
Turner was a great example of that.
Mike McDaniel is that guy. He's a better
Right.
coordinator. I mean,
He's more
Kingsbury.
cast as
Kingsbury is a better coordinator than a head
my
coach.
only thing is that he got weird. It seemed like he got weird. Maybe that's just his personality, and it was hidden behind all the winning the first couple of years. But that podium stuff was weird. It almost made me think, like, is he on something? Like, he's weird.
Yeah, maybe that's just his personality.
He's just an eccentric guy. Like he's
But
he's
how
not,
come we didn't notice
he's not
that?
your normal NFL boring
I get
bland
it.
head coach when he goes up.
Clearly
to the
a
podium.
different guy with the joggers, and he's doing his own thing. God bless him. But it just, how come we didn't notice that when he was winning?
Maybe he just didn't pay attention.
Okay.
Who knows?
I mean, I've seen some of these pressers, and he's damn near like a mumbler.
Yeah, it sounds like he's on Valium or something.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you wonder. So that's the only thing that would give me pause. But I don't know.
So there's
Well, he claims he's been sober since 2016, so going on
Yeah.
like nearly 10 years at this point.
Yeah.
So
I know. Well, every addict claims they're sober.
yeah, I don't.
all the time.
I mean, I don't know about if he's had relapses or if
I'm not saying
I
he
don't- I have
has.
no idea.
I doubt he has. But he just comes off weird in some of the, and I don't get it. Like, why are you so weird? Dude?
well, he doesn't look like a football coach on the sideline. He doesn't look like your typical.
I agree with that, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like mumbling at the podium.
Yeah, I know. He just could be a different guy.
Yeah. All right, let's bang out a couple of these calls. Where do you stand on this? The Yahoo headline is he is the no-brainer. Everyone agrees. Mike McDaniel's the perfect fit for the Commanders, and I think I would say, and I tweeted this a couple days ago, he would probably be my number one pick, right? Even like Dable. I kind of like a lot about Brian Dable too and his track record.
But we haven't heard about an interview set up, right, with the Commanders and
I
Mike
have not.
McDaniel. They've
Not
already interviewed a defensive coordinator choice.
Who's
who
the
was that?
name?
They are going to interview Patrick Graham.
from the Raiders.
Right.
Somebody sent me another name of someone of note that they're interviewing. It's just not being reported yet, and they said don't say anything. So that doesn't mean anything. So they're definitely doing things behind the scenes. That's the point.
Mm.
They're definitely.
Well, you
lining
have
up
to.
people.
You're competing with all these other teams.
Yeah,
They
and they're
aren't
not
just
all being
hiring-
reported.
They're not just hiring head coaches. They're hiring coordinators. They're hiring presidents of football operations, GMs. I go to CBS Sports. They have a good breakdown. It's incredible the amount of names and teams that are looking for coordinators. Or, I mean, we just in the sports page, Jason mentioned the Buccaneers. They just whacked five coaches.
guys. Yeah, so they need 5 different, 5 different interviews for 5 different positions.
All right, let's go to Dan
Multiple interviews.
in Sykesville. Where is Sykesville?
It's up near Baltimore, I believe.
That's what I thought it was in Baltimore. Hey, Dan, what's up?
Well, you wanted to hear just some people that weren't in favor of McDaniel, and
Sure.
this might be a little bit off the wall, but there's a lot of times, and I'm going to say you guys, but just people that maybe never broke a lot of huddles, never played at a certain level, and been in the locker room, and sometimes miss the motivation, the it factor that gets guys to want to play for you. And
I don't know.
Again, I know it's going to be well. Look, this guy's smart. Great, put him in the booth and let him use that. But these guys are the best athletes in the world. The best athletes in the world. Call Doc Walker show and ask him. These guys that played, these tough, nasty people, they're not going to react to this guy.
Yeah, he's not
I
the
know
first
you think
nerd. There've been plenty of nerds that have coached and been head coaches. I don't
Many
know.
different styles work.
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't.
Yeah, we just don't know.
use that. I think that's a little old school.
My only question would be about obviously Dan Quinn and McDaniel have a relationship, right? And it's very close
Yeah.
because he credits Dan to helping him be sober. And that's all well and good because you want them to have a good relationship, but would it be to the point where it's too good, where you can't like
I know you
can't-
always risk that.
you
I mean,
can't can't question anything Dan does. You're kind of subservient to him. You're kind of
I doubt it would be that way, honestly.
you understand what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, but I think that it would be football, and the only thing you really run the risk
like
of
you're too good
eventually
you're
is
too good of friends to work
maybe.
together.
Well, the only thing I think in that sense, in that realm, is you do end up ruining relationships a lot of times, right? You hire somebody and you got to fire them, and
But
I guarantee
know
you
that. They know they're hired to be fired. They're
They
everybody
do,
in
right.
that business.
But I
is
guarantee you,
prepared
Joe
for
Witt
that.
and Dan Quinn are not quite as close as they were a year ago.
I mean, it probably causes a rift at
It
least
does.
initially. But
Temporary, yeah, it's tough.
I'm going to guess in a few years, Joe Witt will get over it, and he and Dan Quinn will be boys.
Well, he might
I
have
agree
fired.
with that.
Well, he might have fired him too late because they're boys too.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Definitely.
Yeah, I haven't seen because CBS Sports has all the names that are interviewing or set to interview in the next 2 weeks for all the teams. I haven't seen the Commanders listed with their offensive coordinator choices yet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, I know a defensive coordinator is being interviewed and no one's reporting it. It's not all being reported.
Yeah, sometimes they're just
They're
tight-lipped
doing all
on it.
that down low. They're a pretty tight-lipped organization. Let's go to Mike.
And look, the reality is a lot of them are coaching right now. So they
Yeah.
squeeze in their interviews. But let's say you're really interested in Clay Kubiak. He's kind of busy right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's got a game this weekend. So you might play the long game and wait, which is what they did with Quinn. maybe not intentionally, they played kind of a waiting game, and then they were kind of the last team to hire.
Maybe. I guarantee you, if they have interest in Kubiak, they've reached out on some level, and there's been some talk. Something. There's been coordination. Let's go to Mike in Bethesda. Mike, what's up?
Hey guys, I got to just put this one stat out there. Mike McDaniel has given to 5 concussions in 3 seasons, and we have a very questionably injury-prone quarterback. Those are calls. You could get them out of those calls. He got him destroyed, and we have a guy who's limping around. You got.
So you're blaming McDaniel and the play design on why Tua is vulnerable
McDaniel
to concussion.
at least adapted to that. If you've seen his offenses in the last year and a half, he's adapted to the quick game to get the ball out of Tua's hands, so he doesn't withstand more concussions and more punishment.
You just at least have to bring in the conversation, especially when Cliffsbury's getting dinged for Jaden. You know,
all right. I see.
I mean, we got to have somebody. We need these. It's become a game of revolving OCs. Get these, and everybody wants a guy who plays video games. You need more maturity than Mike McDaniel. It's anyways. Okay, thanks guys. Love you. Appreciate it.
It's a fair thing to consider. I brought this up to Cakes during a commercial break yesterday. Why don't guys like Tua or Jackson Dart, who's been in the tent 5 times for
Wear the big helmet?
Yeah, wear the big ugly helmet.
I'm not sure that
do
does
they
anything.
not allow their quarterbacks?
What's embarrassing?
I don't know.
First of all, it's embarrassing. Humiliating to your family.
Maybe it's harder to play
It's
with.
humiliating to your family.
Yeah, to wear that big helmet. Oh, man.
some guys
I
don't.
wouldn't want to be
So
associated
Romeo
with that.
Dobbs
It's
is
better than
rather
laying there
wear
brain dead.
There's other things they can wear. They can wear the neck thing that stabilizes. That's what a lot of guys are using for concussions.
Here are 2 names that we've mentioned one, but this is a second name that is a possibility. All right. One is David Blau, who's already on the staff, who's apparently being wooed by Detroit or interviewed by Detroit. The other one, I mean, I don't know that we mentioned him during the entire season.
You talking about Blau as a possibility here?
Yes.
I would dismiss that. He's never called plays.
Okay.
I can't have a guy who's never called plays.
Well, here's a
step
guy
in for Kingsbury
who's been an offensive coordinator. I know that Valdez values this. He's their assistant head coach.
Okay.
And their passing game coordinator, Brian Johnson, who was with the Eagles, offensive coordinator. Now, he only lasted, I believe, a year as the OC for Philly. Came here, and look, for what it's worth, he was on Cliff's staff. He's high up. He's a former college quarterback. He has called plays before.
He could do it. I need fresh eyes.
I'm going to guess that
I need
nobody
fresh
that's
eyes.
currently
You want
in the
someone
building,
from outside.
Nobody that's currently in the building is going to get the OC game.
The only reason why Blau might is because they're terrified of somebody plucking the next Sean McVay.
Right.
That's what they're concerned about. And that a lot of people apparently think this Blau guy is the bee's
But
knees.
maybe he's not quite ready, and you just give him a raise and a fancier title. Keep him here for at least another year if you value him.
That's what they were hoping they were going to
highly.
do with McVay, and all of a sudden they got hired at like 29.
I know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
The Rams had foresight. They were willing to take a chance on a younger guy.
All right, people want to chime in on this. 800-636-1067. Do you like McDaniel? If you don't like McDaniel, why? And who would your alternative be? McDaniels makes a lot of sense to me. Don't go anywhere.
Checking in on the early voting of our Junkies poll of the day, brought to you by Surfside. 89% are behind the Commanders hiring Mike McDaniel as their next offensive coordinator.
It's a big number.
We heard names from Dan Orlovsky a few days ago when Cliff Kingsbury was first let go, and he mentioned guys like Mike LaFleur and Josh McCown,
Clay
Kubiak. But Orlovsky, since McDaniel was hired, he said the Commanders should hire Mike McDaniel.
Okay.
That's one guy who was a
I respect his
former
opinion.
QB in the league.
Yeah.
By the way, on a very quick side note, did you see that Tom Moore finally retired from the Bucs? He's 87 years old.
Wow, that's amazing.
Legend.
He's been in the NFL for 48 years.
Was he a
Crazy.
consultant at this point? He wasn't.
No,
like
I think
the
he was still on
lead.
the staff. Like he had some sort of like real position on
But
the
he
staff.
wasn't calling plays.
No.
No.
He was just contributing to the offensive game plan.
Yeah. He's still
That's
in the
awesome.
mix.
I think that's
It's
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
Tom Moore, born in 1938.
Yeah, still grinding.
Good Lord. His title was offensive consultant.
Okay,
So,
he was a consultant.
All right, let's go to the
Lesser
phones. People want to chime in on the Mike McDaniel possibility.
All right, let's go to Charles in Warrenton. 800-636-1067 if you want to chime in. Charles, what's up, buddy? You on with the Junkies?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Hey, great. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm a huge Dolphins fan, and
Good.
I love Mike McDaniels, but it was time for him to leave.
Okay.
What I want to say about that guy that said that McDaniel caused Tua's concussions, Tua, instead of sliding, ran into a Buffalo Bills linebacker's thigh with his helmet. That's not McDaniel's fault that he didn't slide.
Yeah, McDaniel, like,
Yeah.
come on, you
Yeah.
can't blame him for that.
Yeah, we know.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. I think the guy's thinking of it, though, in the context of Jaden, and part of the reason some people think they wanted to move on from Kingsbury was exposing him too much. So in thinking of it in that vein, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for throwing it out there as as a talking point. But I agree with you. I don't blame McDaniel.
How would you describe the Dolphins' offense?
Before McDaniel got there, Tua wasn't that good. But McDaniel, his first 2 years there, 22 and 23, Tua ended up leading the NFL in 23 in total yards and I think completion percentage.
Mm-hmm.
And even through 24, he was in the top 5 all time in completion percentage. So McDaniel did a lot to help Tua because Tua has a really good ability to hit people with accuracy and throw to where they won't get hit, but he couldn't do that for himself. So,
Yeah,
Tua's just a smaller guy. He's not a great athlete. He's not a runner.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have the strongest arm.
He's
and,
an anticipatory tight window throw guy.
And he just got hit so many times. So I mean, I can see why the offense declined.
Yeah.
Well, I guess one of the problems you could foresee is McDaniel has I guess it's kind of a reputation of like a spread them out, pass happy offense, and maybe that's unfair. But
No, I don't think so. I think he likes to run the ball.
he does like to run the ball, too. I mean, they average 120 rushing yards per game this year, so that's kind of in the middle of the pack.
So when Dan says they want to run the ball more
Right.
or be more run heavy, you think Mike would be
Oh, I think he'd
on
be
board with
amenable
that?
to that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think it would be a pretty darn good fit, to be honest with you.
I mean, he had a pretty good running back in Miami.
Yeah, I mean, if you have Devon Achane in your backfield, you're going to lean on that guy, and he clearly did throughout this season and last.
All right, let's go to Rod in DC. Rod, what's up?
Hey, man, congratulations on the 31st.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Now, I like a guy, I mean, he's okay, but I think they should go after Brian Leftwich. He's a Super Bowl winning MVP.
Hold on.
coordinator.
Byron Leftwich? Is that who you're saying?
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
a Super Bowl winning coordinator, and he's a quarterback, and he know how to win.
he's been out of the league for at least one season, right? Like, he's not even on a staff.
What did he do this past year?
I don't know.
He was hired by Colorado, so he's out there with Primetime.
Yeah, I think he'll be a good fit.
He could be.
I'm not sure what his role is out there.
He was the hot name that everybody was hyping up.
Yeah, because Tampa had good offenses.
He was out of the mix for a couple years. He last worked for Tampa in 2022 and was hired by Colorado in 25.
Yeah.
So,
All All right,
Yeah,
let's
not
go
sure.
to let's go
I
to
don't think he's going to be the guy.
But he's been a
James.
QB coach. He's been an offense
So he has
coordinator
all
for
the
two
resume.
teams.
Yeah.
He has all the resume builders that you want. I just don't know why he seemed to have fallen out of favor in terms of like the hot, sexy name.
Yeah, why was he out of the league for so long?
James Falls Church. James, what's up, buddy?
Hey, guys, good morning. So I'll give you 3 reasons why Mike McDaniel's not your guy.
All right.
One, if you recall earlier in the season, Tua called out a lot of the players on the Dolphins
Yep.
because they weren't showing up to meetings.
Yep, that's true.
So I think there's a respect issue for Mike McDaniel. Number 2, as has been mentioned a couple times this morning, you got Tua who got hurt. You've got Jaden who's been hurt. If they don't run the right system, it's probably not quarterback health friendly. And the final thing is that most coordinators don't want to stay as coordinators. And if you've been a head coach and you go back to being a coordinator, the first chance you get to be a head coach again, you're out. And the one thing we do know about quarterbacks around the league is that if you have multiple offensive coordinators with young quarterbacks year in and year out, they simply don't develop. And as Troy Aikman said on Monday Night Football, I guess it was last week or the week before, it was, the league happens to fail quarterbacks more than quarterbacks happen to fail. And if Jaden is working on his 3rd offensive coordinator because Mike McDaniel leaves because he has a stellar year, that's not great for Jaden, and that's not great for the community.
Yeah, but it's likely to happen with any quarterback any coordinator.
So
that
you
comes
want?
in.
So you're saying you want like an up and coming guy
And I'm not going to worry about the
who
guy,
hasn't been a head coach.
I'm not going to
before.
worry about the guy leaving who hasn't even been hired yet. Like
Well,
I
also-
just want the guy who I think is the best fit for my offense and my quarterback, and then I'll deal with him leaving or departing for a head coaching gig later.
Anybody that has success at an elite level could potentially leave. Anybody.
Of course.
That's not unique to McDaniel.
And as far as guys like missing meetings while he was the head coach there, well, maybe he's just not a disciplinarian type, and being a coordinator is
don't
actually
have
a
to
better
be.
spot for
That
him.
is a red
where-
flag.
That's my point.
Oh, it's
That
not
you-
great.
flag.
It's
some
not a
guys
great
are
thing.
some guys are better just at one
Right.
job at a coordinator than being the head
Right, like
coach, being the CEO.
Dan Quinn can be the heavy as far as like guys missing meetings,
Yeah.
and McDaniel can just scheme up the offense.
Yeah.
All right,
That
let's
could be
go to
his
my
thing.
guy. You guys hear me talk about Vinny and Joe all the time. My guy, Joe P., like a savant Dolphins fan. I'm telling you, I want to get his take. I mean, you guys hear his take on Mike McDaniel. Joe P., what's up, buddy?
How's it going, Navy?
Hey.
What's up, Joe?
Are you in
What's up, Joe?
Fort Myers right now?
I am in Fort Myers. Yep.
Beautiful.
Enjoying
Jealous.
the beautiful weather.
What a
Love it.
life.
Love
What
it.
made you a Dolphins fan growing up?
Actually, my brother liked the emblem. So my dad wasn't
Logos.
like a big football fan. So, we just started watching them, and then they were actually good and on TV in the 70s. So, and then once Marino got there, kind of just solidified
Basically, the
that.
same reason I started rooting for the dumb
Yeah.
Raiders
I mean, he
I
was
like
a child of the Marino era. Like,
I know,
whenever
but he
they
grew
were on
up
it.
in New York.
Yeah.
Understood, but we all do that.
Yeah, he looked up to his brother.
Yeah.
He loved Don Strock.
All right, so Joe P. So I know you thought that window had kind of closed and McDaniel was going to be back. I think you were okay with it, right? Tell the boys what like the pros and cons of McDaniel as a play designer, as an offensive coordinator, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think as far as his play design, he's very creative. I think in the past he kind of got locked in on running his offense that he's been running, and it really didn't match up with the personnel at times because of injuries mostly, where the line really couldn't block well enough to run the system. The other thing is you have to make quick decisions in his offense. So a lot of it's pre-snap rather than reading the defense, where you need to have elite players on the outside as well to exploit the defense. And he had that with Hill and Waddle.
Right.
Once he lost that, he did a really good job this year, I think. He started out 1-6, but he did a really good job changing the whole, style of play. And, they actually really ran the ball well the whole year.
So there's a criticism. People think, oh, he doesn't like to run the ball. That's not true.
No, actually, that's why they got him. He's actually the most creative in the run game. Like if you look at the sets and the misdirection, and he does a lot of very unique things when it comes to the run game. The biggest issue was that they couldn't run the ball when the other team knew they were running the ball in the past. This year they were way better at it because they just couldn't move people off the ball.
Right.
This year they were way better at short yards, third and short, fourth and short. And gaining first downs.
What is your perception of the fit potentially with Jaden?
I think that he would bring Jaden to another level. We've had this discussion before that I think that Jaden's not long for the league if he plays the way he's playing because he's not going to survive physically if his superpower is running the ball.
Why is McDaniel? Why is McDaniel better for him?
Because McDaniel will teach him to get rid of the ball before he has to make that decision, and he may be in that position, once or twice a game and use his legs like Mahomes does to get. To get a pass off or just to get a first down and get out of bounds, but he's not going to use that.
He's not going to RPO him.
No, definitely not. He's going to know how to, read a defense, pre-snap, get rid of the ball, get it to the right guy, and
like what they did with Tua, right, to protect against the concussion. It kind of in a similar vein.
Yeah, but I still need Jaden running to a certain extent. I can't have his legs completely taken away.
And that's really what I think was to his downfall, the last year and a half, is that he literally refused to run. And if he did, he just couldn't pick up the first down. He wasn't physically, able to anymore.
Right.
But Jaden will be able to exploit that because they're going to have to be defending the whole field when it comes to McDaniel. He makes you defend every speck of grass on that field.
And he's big on pre-snap and all that stuff, right?
Yeah,
motion.
100%. Yep, motion.
So you're not going to have a situation.
A lot of stress on the defense.
You're not going to have a situation where Terry McLaurin's lining up on the one side every play.
No.
Yeah.
And even if he doesn't, like the pre-snap movement that they have really puts the defense, on the defensive to where, it opens up the running game and it'll open up the, he'll have easy runs, what I'm saying, where he'll just be able to run 15 yards and get out of bounds.
So if it was GM Joe P instead of Adam P, would you hire Mike McDaniel here in Washington?
As a coordinator?
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, if I was, criticizing him, I think it's more the overall managing, the team as a, CEO type guy. I think that, but he never lost the team. I will tell you that. Like, I don't think he ever lost the team. I just think he's not a disciplinarian. And if you have one and he's the coordinator, I think, he's a good choice. The biggest issues he's had over the years as the coordinator is sometimes he takes a long time to get plays in. And the game management stuff was not great. I think they lost a few games with game management.
Yeah.
And maybe if he's just concentrating on being a coordinator, like that won't be an issue.
Right.
When you're trying to, think of everything that's going on and make the decisions as the whole game decisions, it might be an issue because they really had some, issues during the last 3 or 4 seasons where they just could not get a play in. Like they'd be calling first downs after timeouts.
Yeah. Go Pete, we got to run.
Yeah. Timeouts. Okay, no problem.
We're up against the break. Hey, thank you, brother, and I will see you shortly. I gotta get out to Fort Myers. We gotta hang out.
Down to Fort Myers.
Yeah, brother.
Yep. Okay. All right, buddy. All right.
It's Joe P.
Jason's been doing that for 30 years.
Yeah, man.
I just don't think of it that way. But that's all good.
All right, coming up next, we talked to Mike Marr earlier in the week when we found out he was the lowest rated guy in terms of the parlay picks. And we've tried to come up with a penalty. We'll bring him in next and figure out if we're going to do belt to ass, boots on the roof. We'll figure that out next here on the Junkies. So I put up the Michael Irvin video and I asked, does this annoy you or do you enjoy Michael Irvin's antics?
Oh,
You can see it at Junks Radio because EB's perturbed by Michael Irvin. And
Just the noise, just too much.
some people are annoyed, but here's a couple of responses. It's honestly a bit ridiculous to watch every time they win. I mean, how old is he?
Right.
It's ridiculous.
He's embarrassing.
But then you have another one. BTA, always good. It's a reason they put it on TV and watch him all the time. People like it, and he enjoys being and a fan of the team and helping the kids. Another one. That's a man high off of life and having fun. Good for him.
Sure.
Anyway, we bring that up because
Sure.
when we brought up the parlay records earlier in the week, apparently Valdez and Mike Marr were talking about a possible penalty. And one of the ones kicked around was belt to ass because that's one of Mike Marr's favorite sayings.
Well, Valdez, let's just be honest. He's obsessed with it. He loves it. He can't wait to see it after every game.
It's what the
Belt to ass.
yeah.
it's funny. I think it's funny. But Marr. So I gave all the statistics, and Marr is by far one of the worst gamblers on the show.
Go through it again.
mush.
By the way, did you ever put out the tweet where we never did see that, where I could gloat a little bit? It'd be nice.
Okay, I'll do that for you today.
Thank you. From the
Um,
Junkies account?
Yes, we'll do that today.
Thank
Cakes was overall loser, minus 582. EB was plus 522.
Where did that put me?
That was number one.
Thank you.
Jason was plus 286. JP was minus 385. I was plus $8.56. Ben was plus 211. But Marr was an astonishing minus 977.
Talk about what also made that so astonishing.
Is that his average odds were minus 105, considering
he was taking favorites.
considering everyone else on the show had a plus, was taking plus numbers.
I mean, how does that happen?
Except
Marr?
Jason. Jason was even, but Jason was even, but he wasn't. But he wasn't dipping into the favorites,
Right.
Like Marr was doing.
Right.
So that being said,
How could you be? What was his overall record?
his overall
5
record
and 15 or something.
4 and 15,
4 and 15.
21.1%.
He took basically 19 favorites and won 4 times.
It was Cakes-esque.
No, I think he's destroyed Cakes.
He
He
must
slapped me at this
Yeah,
point.
Cakes,
so-
way
so-
better
so-
gambler.
so in
You're
order-
way better gambler than him.
in order for
Always
Marr,
bet against Marr.
Even though you were down a car payment,
Down a lot. But Marr was worse.
he was down 2 car
I
payments.
always point to him.
Yeah.
Worse.
but in order for Marr to clear his name, we came up with this idea for him to get back to even.
All right.
So
So we
we-
kicked around a lot of different ideas.
Yeah, but the overall the goal is for him to get back to even by the Super Bowl.
Okay.
All right, think of it as a due date for your assignment. Your bookie's going to go collect on this day. You got to get back to even.
Right.
So the Super
Chasing a little bit here, bud.
yeah, he's chasing.
He's showing it close to the due date.
So we came up with parameters from now until the end of the Super Bowl
All right.
for Mike Marr to try and get back to even. Mike Marr's maximum bet, it can either be a single bet or a couple bets, is going to be $500.
All right.
So he
half
has
his total.
so yeah, about half his total, and he can distribute that however he wants on whatever games he wants. It can be one game, it can be multiple games, but also there's a minimum of $100 that Marr has to bet. So if
At
there,
risk.
so he's always at risk of, even if he does make it and get it all back within the first week, he can't just sit there like a rock. He's going to have to bet at least $100. And if by the end of the Super Bowl, Marr is still in the hole and is not at zero or plus money,
Yep.
we have come up with the punishment.
For embarrassing
So
the
if he
show.
gets
For
it all back
embarrassing-
except $5, he's down $5.
He's down $5.
He's gotta
Doesn't
still-
matter.
he's gotta-
Can't embarrass the show like
He
that.
Doesn't
bulked
matter.
it belt to ass.
He didn't want to belt.
It's
to
fine,
ass.
but I think we have a great punishment for Marr.
Playoff Mike.
Mike Marr, if he does not get his $977.93 back,
Yeah.
will be running to work in boots on the ground. He will be running
Nice.
8 miles. He'll be running 8 miles in Timberlands
It's a good penance.
Wow.
from
Love that.
Arlington to Half Street.
Love it.
And you
Because
can't stop at bars on the way.
because he is
Boots
such
on the ground all the way.
such a mush.
Yeah.
Right. Now, maybe you'll have Farley or somebody running alongside you to help document.
Yeah, we'll document it. We'll check in
Might have
with
to have
him.
a police escort.
Yeah, talked to Chris Farley the other day. I think we will stream it on Instagram, Junkies Radio,
Right.
possibly Facebook as well. But I'm not worried about that because I'm playoff Mike, Showtime Mike, and over the next couple weeks, I'm going to dig
You're
myself out of
locking
the
in.
hole. And what better way to start the NFL playoffs than to predict the Super Bowl winner? So my first bet is going to be
to get back to even.
to get back to even. If I made no other bets, is going to be
No, you're making bets every week, bud.
oh, I know to win the Super Bowl.
We should be fading all of this, by the way.
Yeah.
They
100%.
have done it before. They are playing like dog trash currently. But I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles to win the Super Bowl back-to-back.
What a,
So you're making like a play for like 6 weeks from now.
Well, he's just putting a
No, it's
future in just
all
in
about
case.
the odds.
Future.
Yeah,
I'm just putting
Okay.
the future out there now.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I mean, you start the playoffs by predicting the winner.
what's the number on it right now?
Plus 800. They're playing terribly right now, but they've showed last year that they can get there and win. 2 years ago, they showed that they can get there. They ended up losing. But
All right, how much are you going to risk?
I'm going to do $100 on that.
All right, so that could, but it still wouldn't get you whole.
No.
Right. it
But,
would
but
be a
let's
big
say, hey,
chunk.
but let's say the Eagles are in the Super Bowl and he's still
Down.
down 500. He's the biggest Eagles fan in the world.
Yeah.
Now, my bet for this week,
You know what to do.
I know exactly what to do. The stars have aligned for this NFL team to not only succeed in the playoffs, but possibly win it all for the first time in franchise history. Lamar Jackson is not in the playoffs. Joe Burrow is not in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes is not in the playoffs. The Buffalo Bills are heading to Jacksonville on Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
The Buffalo Bills have the best run game in the entire NFL. The Jaguars have the worst run defense in the NFL. Trevor Lawrence is 0-2 in NFL playoff games, and they absolutely choked 2 or 3 years ago against the Chargers. That being said, Buffalo looks great here, and that's why I'm fading myself, and I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I like this. I like this. I've always
Hey, when
considered
you're
doing
down,
this.
when you're down 977,
So he's
it might
takes
be
it.
the smartest.
Great
It might
bit.
be the smartest thing he's ever
bit.
done.
Great bit.
I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars to get it done. Valdez and I, we've gone back and forth on how much money to risk here. He's saying don't risk too much. You don't want to throw yourself back into the hole even deeper. Go big or go home. Give me $400 on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
the big one.
As a pick 'em just to win,
boy.
just on the money line.
On the money line,
I like
minus
it.
108.
I actually kind of like it. I like the Jags
It's
at
another
home.
favorite, though. It's right in line with what he always does.
It is.
Right in line with
Play
what he
because
always does. Are you
I don't
really
like the
favoring yourself? Are you really
This is a
picking
true
another favorite?
I really like the Buffalo Bills here. Like, I love the Buffalo Bills.
You would, if you weren't doing the shtick, you would bet on the Bills.
100,000%.
Hey, he's not allowed to bet the opposite, by the way, on his own FanDuel account. It kind of taints the whole purpose.
Right.
Yeah, you have my word. I won't touch that game outside of this show.
Although Cakes may have put the hex on him.
Yeah.
You
I
just,
don't know
you
what
just
to
said I
do
love
now.
that play.
I do
Now you're
love it.
fading yourself, but maybe you're not really. But
That's also what happens when you're down so bad.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
You,
start
you
grasping.
question everything.
Desperate
When-
times call for desperate
Yeah.
measures.
When you're in a hole like that, you don't know how to escape.
It's a
prison.
Personally, what I would have done is I would have tested my theory and maybe just put like 100 or 200
Right,
on
not
it.
go plus
Yeah.
400.
Yeah.
Now you could be in a big asshole.
Yeah.
You know, you might have to put 400 on the Eagles to win it all.
Yeah, if they lose this week, I mean, someone get me the biggest shovel ever.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be so deep in the
So-
hole.
Just to
I'm
repeat-
gonna get you good fitting boots because that means you're gonna be running to work.
Yeah. Hey, no, he can't. He can't wear Timberland. He's got to be lugs.
Just to repeat, you've got a $500 play on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl.
No, 100.
No,
Oh, that's a 100.
100 to win 8.
Okay, and a $400 play on the Jaguars
Basically,
this
win
weekend.
400 ish.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, we'll cut it in
He's
half.
down
pretty much.
977.93, $977.93.
Here, Mike.
He's
Don't
got to try
embarrass
and make a comeback before the Super Bowl. If not, boots on the ground, he will run to work
And we'll
from his
document
house in Alexandria. Got to take a break. 1-800-636-1067 is the number. Remember, coming up at 9 o'clock, comedian Tom Arnold joins us in studio.
The thrilling run continues for Miami. They beat Ole Miss 31-27 on a 3-yard run by quarterback Carson Beck in the final moments. Mark Fletcher Jr. ran for 133 yards. Hurricanes coach Mario Cristobal credit Beck.
That's a perfect example of a guy who just, he feels supported, he's hungry, he's driven, he's a great human being, and all he wants to do is want to see his teammates have success. And that's what we witnessed tonight. And Carson Beck, I can't say enough great things about him. Love the guy, absolutely awesome.
13-2 Canes take on the winner of Indiana, Oregon. That game is tonight at 7:30. Quarterback Damon Williams Jr. is going to return to Washington. Top 25 winners, Michigan State, Illinois, and Gonzaga. Maryland women defeat Rutgers 88-41. Nationals agree to terms with C.J. Abrams, Mackenzie Gore, Jake Irvin, and Luis Garcia Jr., but not yet with Cade Cavalli. Capitals and Blackhawks tonight, 7:45 on The Fan. Pelicans and Wizards, 6:45 on Bloomberg 99.1. From the Crop Metcalf 5-Star Sports Desk, Byron Kerp on The Fan.
Welcome back. Junkies coming to you live on 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980 here in the DMV. 910 The Fan, 105.1 FM in Richmond. You can watch us on the Monumental Sports Network. And we're brought to you by Main Street Bank as we celebrate 30 years of the Junkies. Cheer local, bank local. Main Street Bank is a business-focused community bank, proudly serving the DMV since 2004. Visit mstreetbank.com, and you can learn how to put our team in your office. Main Street Bank, member FDIC, equal housing opportunity lender. It's Bishcake, CB, and JP hanging out. And yesterday we spent a lot of time talking about the Wizards making a big trade, the first big trade of the NBA season. Trae Young gets dealt to Washington in exchange for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert. And if you look at like our Junkies poll of the day, it was kind of a split on people whether they like the deal or not, although the majority of the guys in this room liked the deal. I wasn't a big fan. Whatever, maybe he'll be fine. But it turns out he may not play.
Well, that's
There are
part of liking.
reports
By the way,
that
that's
he may
part
not
of
play.
liking the deal.
Yeah.
Part of liking the deal.
Yeah, but all of
is-
you guys were liking the deal because of the play.
No. That's not true. I'm telling
That's
you.
mostly true. I was here listening.
No, I told you.
excited about his
I
play.
told you 80% of me thinks he's going to be an asset in 1 year, bigger than he is now, and they're going to get more compensation. I said that specifically yesterday. You were not listening. So don't get it twisted.
But for him to be a big asset, he's got to put up numbers.
He's got to play okay. He's got to play well.
Yeah, he's got to put
But
up
it
some
might not
numbers.
fit here, which is in a lot of people's minds.
But
it's
guys
not gonna
like
fit.
him aren't worth what they were years ago because he was traded for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert. He wasn't even traded for any draft picks. The value of guys like Trae Young has gone down over the last
And
few
part
years
of that, too,
because
is that's a salary dump by the Hawks. Like
Correct.
they just wanted to
Right.
get out of the Trae Young business.
Correct.
They got whatever they
But if
could in
Jason,
return.
if he got to a point, and I doubt he would, but if he got to a point where he averaged 25 and 11, he's got a pretty good value. Okay, and if he,
well, he doesn't. If
But
he
that presumes he's playing. Like part of your
He doesn't-
argument
gonna
was
sit
he's going to
here
be
not-
exciting.
He's, not gonna play. He's
Part of-
going to play at some period.
Part of your argument
but he
was he's going
doesn't
to be
if he's
exciting.
if you know
and-
he's going to ask for $250 million. Are you going to give that guy $250 million?
if he
Any
averages-
team.
brakes
hold
on
on,
that.
I mean,
Any team.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
But can I give you a scenario where
I'm not saying he's going to
potentially-
get that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that's
Can I
he's
give
going
you-
to ask for the something
can
in that
ask
range.
for it.
Here's
Doesn't
the
mean he's gonna get
scenario.
it.
He comes in and he's kind of like, I doubt he would do it, but let's just say 22 and 11, and he's a little bit more distributive of the ball, and it's not just all him threes or
Yeah.
some glorious assists.
More of a point
But
guard.
he's
yeah.
more of a point guard and more initiating action and getting everyone involved, not necessarily for the highlight reel assist type thing.
Yeah.
And then other
Don't
players
lead the
are
league in
blossoming.
turnovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If those things happened and he had matured his game a little bit, I could see a scenario. Of course, he's an all-star talent.
I hope you're right. I like the deal because you didn't give up anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to stay in that top 8 or bottom 8,
Well,
sorry.
That's definite.
Top
You
8 in
need to
terms of
stay in that
drafts.
mix.
And Dallas lost last night. You're getting rid of C.J. McCollum, who was playing pretty well, and they were winning. They won 9 of 19.
Yeah,
and CJ was playing well.
They're worse right now when they don't play Trey and they don't have CJ. They're worse.
Yeah,
they're
but I
lose.
like the deal because I just think Will Dawkins knows what he's doing.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
In Will, I trust.
I do.
I trust him. And look, Trae Young is another piece to the puzzle of what he's ultimately trying to build.
Yeah.
Is he going to be here after a year and a half? Who knows? He might only play 20 or 30 games with the Wizards. We have no idea what his role is going to look like, how much he's going to play. But
wasn't part of your guys' argument?
I guarantee you Ted was talking to Will and Michael and saying, we just don't put people in the seats. Trae Young will put some people in the seats. So I would think that they would want him to be out there.
I would agree.
So people get excited to go to the game.
Well, they also actually want to see if there's any way that all-star talent can blend with these young players. Because he's not 33. He's 27.
He is 27, yeah.
So I guess Jason doesn't think this at all. I think they do want to see how he meshes with these guys. And like I say, I give it a 20% chance it works.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a possibility. He's got talent. You can't say he's not talented.
He's definitely talented.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So they want to see.
But part of the argument was
I just want to see how
part of the
quickly-
argument was his kind of draw that he's going to bring fans. If they're not playing him, what's the draw?
No, he's going to
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
These reports are that he's not going to play.
They're wrong.
Some of those reports
I'll
are
bet you.
he might not play all year.
I'll bet you.
I would be.
And Brian, and look, Brian Windhorst from ESPN points to the Brandon Ingram situation. That the Raptors did the same thing last year. They traded for Brandon Ingram, basically shut him down. Windhorst called it the world's longest ankle injury.
Right.
And so what they're going to do with Trae Young, if you believe these reports, now you can disagree with reports. I don't know. The reports are he's going to have the world's longest quad injury.
Right. He might.
And that's entirely
But they're
possible.
going to play him. And I will
eventually
bet you
he is going to play.
any amount of money he's going to play in 2026.
Okay, he'll play, but it might be minimal.
20 games. He's going to play.
I'll take the under.
As long as they're safe in that bottom 8,
I'll take the under. I'll make a bet. I'll make a bet. I'll take the under on 20 games.
Okay.
Because this is 100%.
I'll have to check.
How many games have they played?
They played about
40, something in that range.
I'll go. They'll start playing him with 20 games left.
They
sooner.
played 36
or sooner.
Yeah,
They'll start playing him with 20. I can't predict if he's going to get hurt, like a real injury. But
it's not even a real injury. It's just that he'll probably play no back-to-backs.
Right, his playing time will be dependent on where they are in the standings.
Correct.
They're
going to do everything they can to protect that top 8 pick.
I'll take the bet. I'll take the bet.
Cool.
Because this is
$5.
this is 100% true. 1,000. Will Dawkins doesn't want to lose a top 8 pick. There's no chance.
100%.
But that doesn't matter. They could play him and then not. First of all, they went 2-8 with him.
Maybe you're right.
They could play him and lose. They could play him and bench him.
But all I'm
I'm
saying is they don't want to risk winning some games and giving Dallas that pick, or giving the Knicks that pick.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But that doesn't have anything to do with Trae Young playing, because Trae Young could play for a half. Trae Young could play for 3/4.
True.
And then they put out Champagne and Gill and all these other losers.
Those guys helped them to a win recently.
Okay.
Champagne.
Good luck with that every night.
I got some insight on Trae and like who he is as a player. I talked to a guy that's covered the team for 10 years now, Brad Rowland in Atlanta. He said Trae Young hates nothing more than not playing.
Yeah.
Like it would kill him to be told that he's going to sit out for the entire season. So I don't see
He
that.
seemed like he was pretty happy too, and was kind of basically high-fiving guys as he was walking out of the
that's
arena.
because he wanted to come to the Wizards, EB. We all know this.
I think it makes sense.
Did it look like he was unhappy?
No, he looked like he was happy to leave Atlanta.
I agree.
He looked pretty nonplussed to me.
It makes sense he gets some run. You want to see what the fit's going to look like next year when you're going to be actively trying to win a lot of games.
I can't have Trae Young sent here and then have him just bubble wrapped. That would be like getting a new bike for Christmas and it just sits in your garage. You're not allowed to ride it. I need to go out and ride my bike. I need to go out and ride Trae Young.
Except none of you guys, when I said, will he be on the team in 2 years, none of you guys would take that bet. So it's not even a long-term bike. For all of you, don't believe it's a long-term bike.
Who cares?
I said
I would put my money that he wouldn't be. Yeah.
Do you
It's
think
a
I
20%.
Do you think I care if Trae Young goes down as one of the great Bullets/Wizards of all time? No, I don't. I care that he's a building block to get this team to where Will Dawkins thinks they can be as far as building it The way he built the Oklahoma City
it's
Thunder.
win-win. He can either help them win as a player and help the young guys and make everybody great, or he's a great asset in 1 year with an expiring contract.
Is he going to be a great asset? He
Yes.
might.
We
He
don't
might
know
not.
that. Hopefully.
He might not
Yes.
command as much as you want. Like people, like insiders, like Brian Windhorst said that this type of player that makes this type of salary is
They've
not
lost
even
value.
wanted that much.
Yeah, they've lost value.
They've lost value.
Yeah.
So
As a dead salary guy,
yeah,
I don't know if I agree with that.
guys that are making $50 million, unless they are the superstars of all superstars, and he's not viewed that way anymore. That
I
they're
mean, think
not.
about it.
The reason why he wanted Washington is there weren't many choices.
That's fine.
There was like one choice.
You know what? I'll take that, JP. You're
Listen
a
to
strong
anybody-
elitist. I'm not. I've been a Wizards fan my whole life.
Yeah.
Well, I'm living under the impression that expiring contracts are something that NBA teams still want.
Yes, that's
And
true.
He will have a prime expiring contract. So I guess I disagree
He'll
with
have
Brian.
that-
But I
that-
agree with your 20% because
What I
I
said
can
from the
see him
beginning.
being good on the court. He's a good player. He's a great scorer.
He's an
He's got
all-star.
a 3-point, and he just last
it's
season led the league in
27.
assists. So you put him with Sarr, and I'd be intrigued. You put him with Sarr on pick and rolls. Sarr's gonna have some alley oops. Like it should help
Yeah.
Sarr's game.
Of course.
He'll be valuable whether it's with his play or with his contract. At some
Exactly.
He has some
That's
value.
why it's a
Unless-
win-win. That's why
unless-
it's a win-win.
Unless he plays poorly and he becomes even less of an asset
But you know
for
what?
teams.
I don't think that
that's a
matters.
gamble that Will is
In an
obviously
expiring
willing to take.
contract world, they collect
Yeah.
bums all the time. Doesn't matter if you're good or bad.
Yeah, but
You're
you
an
might not get
expiring
more.
contract.
You might not get as much as you want for it.
He might
Like
get
right now,
Okay, well,
people
it was
around the
worth-
league are
even if he
stunned.
gets-
It was worth the lotto ticket.
He's gonna
People
get more-
around the league are stunned that Atlanta only got C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert. That's how much he's fallen. They didn't get a draft pick.
Right.
Okay, so next go round, he might be worth less than Corey
No,
Kispert
he's
and
gonna
C.J.
be-
McCollum.
But Will Dawkins might think, oh, okay, I can get a draft pick.
Yeah.
It might be a second rounder, but maybe he thinks that if he
Right.
trades him next
He'll
year.
get at least what he would have gotten for CJ. At least what he would have gotten for CJ.
Yeah.
And he's going to be more valuable next year because he doesn't have the opt-in BS stuff anymore. That's why.
I was also told that people around the league actually view Corey Kispert's contract, believe it or not, as a negative. Even though it's a cheap, team-friendly deal, a lot of people around the
Because-
league view it as a negative. And I don't know the specifics why. Maybe it's because he's also like a minus defender guy. He doesn't really elevate you too much. He's a good off-ball player. He can cut, get to the basket for you, but maybe people don't see his value as much as just coming off the bench for you and helping you out a little bit.
The only
What did he
way,
sign for? Like $60 million? What did he sign for?
I think he was making 13 a year.
The only
4
way
years,
this is
maybe?
a losing situation for the Wizards.
13
the
a year.
only way is he contributes nothing on the court, nothing of value. They just lose all the time. Nobody gets better. He's selfish. He has a
Yeah.
couple 45-point games,
Not
but everyone
good.
hates him.
Not good with
and
the young
then
kids.
They get nothing for him because nobody wants his $50 million. Even though it's an expiring contract, they're just out and they get nothing. That's the only way it's a bad deal.
As a fan, are you disappointed that you're not going to see much of him? If you believe the reports,
I think
a lot of reports
Well,
are
the
he
fans-
won't be playing for him until at least after the All-Star break.
that's
so,
my guess is All-Star break.
And then limited minutes. Maybe he's probably not going to play back-to-backs. That's why I'll take the under on the 20 games. 800-636-1067.
All-Star break should give me 30-some games to play.
Does that upset you that Trae Young, the new toy, might not actually be on the court very often?
Well, you're itching. You're dying to get in.
I don't know. I don't know if I put much stock into this report because I think he's theorizing this. I don't think he's reporting this. I think he's theorizing.
But he's spitballing.
I think it's spitballing.
Yeah.
I don't think
Has
Jo-
anybody
I don't
from the
think
Wizards
Josh is-
told him?
I don't
he
think
ain't gonna
Josh
play?
is talking to Winger and
Yeah.
has a source saying that Trae Young is
In fact,
going
do
to be
you
shut
have
down.
reason to believe he's
I
going
actually
to play?
I actually think Trae Young is going to play this season, and I actually think the front office is very excited to have him on the team.
To see
Well-
what he could contribute on the court.
Yes.
Look, they're taking a chance
Well,
on a distressed
the
asset. That's
thing-
what he is at this
They
point.
just didn't give up anything to get him.
right. The
Right,
the
it's a-
asking price is so
it's a-
low.
it's-
Yeah.
It was worth
great-
taking a risk
It's a
on.
great
Yeah.
swing. And then
Yeah,
it's
it's-
a
I
low
agree with
thing.
that.
If it doesn't work, they're going to get some. I personally think they're still going to get something for him at the trade deadline next year, which is the most likely scenario.
Yeah, and then
I don't
and
think
then
they're
just-
giving him an extension,
and then
even though
just-
he wants one.
and then just enjoy the ride while it's here.
Yeah.
You get to test drive a Bentley for a couple years.
It ain't a Bentley.
Every once in a while,
Maybe it's a Bentley.
It's I'm test driving a better car than I have right now.
Every once in a while, BMW Fairfax would call me. Now it's Miriam, but when it used to be Mike, he'd go, "Hey, do me a favor, man.
Mike.
You want to? Mike, it would be.
I know. I like Mike.
Mike Walker. Mike's now the big dog.
Making
But Mike would text me and go,
stupid
"Hey,
money.
man, why don't you come in here? I want you to drive around this Q7 or this R7 or whatever, and this 8 thing, and the top
got all the
drop,
bells and
it goes 180. I just
all
want
the
you
bells and
driving around
whistles.
for a couple days so you can talk about it, and you just feel it. You think I'm not going to do that? Of course I'm going to do that.
You're going to take it for
I
a spin.
did that. Go take it. Hey, next time you go up to the Borgata, which is what he used to say, or next time you go to MGM or something, why don't you drive this over there? Let people see this.
Yeah, park this in the valet.
That's what this is.
By the way, the
That's what this
Pelicans are playing the Wizards tonight
It's a
here.
big one in the tankathon.
And the Pelicans, I think the Pelicans are the worst team in the league.
I mean, they're 8-31. Wizards are 10-26.
Just in terms of
They're
record.
neck and neck.
Just in terms of record, is there a team
Indiana
worse?
7-31. New Orleans
All right.
8-31.
Indiana
So
won last
second
night.
worst.
Indiana screwed themselves by I mean, they're pretty secure.
But the Pellies are favorites
yes.
tonight.
All right.
Now, a lot of that has to do with the fact that CJ is gone
Mm-hmm.
and Trey's not going to play. But Pelicans are favored at Washington tonight.
All right, let's
They're
go.
going to keep Ice Tray on ice more than you think.
That's okay. That's fine.
You're speculating that. Let's go to
No,
Kevin.
it's what's reported.
Is it reported?
I can read a story which says he reported it. You may not believe in that reporter,
So hold on.
but
So
he
he's saying
reported
he got a source from the Wizards
Yes.
saying that he's not going to play much.
Hold on.
He didn't say I got a source from it. It's okay. I'll read you
You
the
also
exact
said
line.
that was Mike McDaniel running a route, which is clearly
No, I
just a
didn't say
written-
that. I said, is it?
You pretty much thought it was. You were leaning
I
towards
asked
thinking
the
it
question.
was. And it was just some random white guy.
I don't
Which is
know.
what I thought.
All right, here's
immediately.
word for word. This is from @WizardsMuse1.
Hold on. That's a fan site.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
I
I'll
want to
read-
read. I want to read the Athletic article
Okay.
that Josh wrote. I don't want to hear what Bleacher Report is putting together from the Athletic article.
Well, I don't mind hearing it from a fan as long as they're saying that this is what
but
they
the fan,
think.
No, it's from Josh Robbins, The Athletic. I'll punch up the article. You can take this call real quick.
All right, let's go to Dickie in Arlington. Dickie, what's up? Are you there, buddy?
Yeah, punch him up.
Can you hear me?
Hey, pal.
What's up?
I think JP. I think that you gotta chill out a little bit, man. It's going to be a good move. It's going to take a little bit of time to show its value. The way these young guys are playing with the Wizards right now, if they put Trae Young in there with them, they might not have a top 8 pick, to be honest with you. So I don't mind him playing 15, 20 games this year and then coming out next year and being ready to rumble. I think that next year their goals are to make the playoffs, and the year after is to be a serious contender. So these are the kind of moves you have to make.
And they're
You might be right.
And they're kicking the tires on him. They're not making the move because they think
And they
100%
gave up
sure.
McCollum. They pretty much gave up Bradley Beal for this guy, which was the worst contract in the sport.
Right.
Well, I also think they gave up C.J.
They're playing with
McCollum
house money.
because C.J. McCollum right now was helping them win games, including a
part of it.
buzzer beater. Well, not a true buzzer beater, but
He
he hit the
was
game-winning
doing his
shot.
thing, but again,
Yeah, so
they
maybe
need
it's
to
good
stop
that they
being-
traded him away. 'Cause
They're like,
Well, they're worse right
CJ's
now.
helping us win too much.
Yes, they're all worse. For everybody panicking, they know what they're doing.
I know. That's why the Pellies are favorites tonight.
CJ's
They know
miss-
they're worse.
CJ's missing his revenge game against the Pellies tonight.
Few
Might get
things,
traded.
few things in sports are sort of as predictable and as locked in as NBA teams knowing how to tank.
Yeah.
They got it down.
They know what they're
They've
doing.
been doing this for a long time in the league. They know how to tank games.
If you want to chime in, 1-800-636-1067. We're the Junkies. Be right back. All right, we're talking about the Trae Young deal, and there are reports. You can quibble with it. This is from Total Sports Network. They write, per the Athletics' Joshua Robbins reported January 7, 2026, Young is unlikely to play much or possibly at all this season. Officially, he's listed out with a quad contusion while also managing the after effects of earlier MCL issue. He hasn't played since December 27th against the Knicks, and there's no timetable for a return. How disappointing would that be? Yesterday in this studio, there was a lot of excitement about seeing Trae on the court.
Well, eventually he will be on the court. Now, it might not be for a few weeks.
Fans will be naturally disappointed.
Fans will be pissed if he doesn't play at all, but I don't believe that.
Fans want to see him on the court.
Yeah.
They don't, I mean.
If he doesn't play for a couple weeks, they're going to be fine because that gap is going to widen where they're going to be very safe in that top eight.
I think
and then
the
you can put him back
All-Star
on.
break is a good target.
Yeah.
Right? They'll say, yeah, we're going to get him up, get him right. Meanwhile, he's grinding his ass off in the gym. And come All-Star break, they start to get him back out there.
And the Wizards have distanced themselves by losing more games.
And they'll be fine in that top eight
pick.
Yeah. So, and then you'll see him play.
Yeah.
You'll see him play in the meaningless games down the stretch.
They're going to have a roster full of G League guys if they're in any threat to losing
Call
that
all those
protected.
dudes up.
Yeah.
Bring them up.
Don't even sweat it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to.
Yeah, let's take some calls.
So what you're telling me is I'm not going to see Trae Young in action tonight when I go see the
I don't think you're
Wiz
gonna
take on
see
the
him play
Pelicans.
No,
tonight.
you're not going to see him tonight.
No, they're
You'll
gonna
see
work it
him.
in.
I might see him like sitting on the bench.
Yeah, but you're not going to see him in a
like
uniform.
in street clothes.
Oh, I think he'll be there.
Yeah, he'll be there.
He's definitely going to be there because he's getting introduced at 6:30.
Yes.
Half an hour before tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to Tony. Tony, what's up?
How you doing, fellas?
Hey, Tony.
Tony, what's up, Tony?
Yeah, so I'm doing great, and I do think he will play eventually. And like you said, it will never happen where they would miss out on that pick. So I don't even want to really even stand on that.
Don't even
point,
worry
really.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but my point is really more so to JP. JP, it's a win-win situation. CJ McCollum was not going to sign here, so you got Trae Young for Corey Kispert. We should be going to Vegas. And if Trae Young does resign here, that would then be an asset that you can move. And if he doesn't, then the Wizards have so much cap space. It's no hair off your back. I'm just not understanding the law.
I have Chubb for Bub.
He just doesn't.
I would like to see Bub Carrington.
It's not like
get
JP
more time at point
It's
guard.
not like JP loves CJ McCollum or Kispert.
No.
He just doesn't think Trae Young will be good for the younger
You know what
players.
this reminds me of? This reminds me of when
And we'll have to see if that's true.
And I think I was in a better position when I wanted Gil over Kobe.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
not saying he's Kobe, but I'm saying relatively, it's like Bub's done nothing in this league relative to what Gilbert had done at that time.
He's 19.
What about the forward?
Bub Carrington, I believe, is 19 years old.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bud.
What about the forward that you get with the draft pick? What about the logjam that would be there if Corey Kispert was still here? What about that player that you're going to be able to play with?
Look, I think they did this so that they would be worse. And I was trying to look. Actually, Bub just turned 20. I was looking at the original article written in The Athletic. Joshua Robbins is the guy who's credited with saying that he might not play this year. And this article includes David Aldridge and
Call him
Sam
up and ask
Amick.
him if he wants to make a bet. Call him up. Call him Josh Roberts.
But
or
I don't
whatever
think
the
we've
guy's name
talked
is.
about this
Robbins.
enough. But what he points out in the article, which everybody's talking about, is they got to protect that top 8 pick.
100%. That's the most important thing.
And they will.
That's so easy to
They-
protect.
They will.
You know what? That pick is already in. It's locked away.
That's
in the
what I'm
vault.
saying.
It's locked in the
So
vault
easy.
already.
So he's
So what
banged
he's
up right
pointing
now.
out is that trading McCollum helps them lose more.
Yes,
Correct.
sure.
Correct.
It's all part.
That's why the
And that's-
master plan.
That's why the Pelicans are favored tonight.
And keeping Young off the court.
Young playing it. They were 2-8 with him.
Yeah.
I mean, even him playing.
They can have the best of both worlds. They can lose enough games and then let Trae Young get healthy and then
play him where they're
test drive
safe.
him,
Play
you
him
know,
for
pass
half.
the All-Star
And that's what
break,
they're going to
Play
do.
him for
and
20 minutes a
then
game.
it's fine.
I agree.
Everybody wins.
My
I
guess
agree.
is he's not going to play 40
Everybody
minutes.
wins except
No.
JP's guy Bub.
He's going to play 20
Nub.
minutes a game. He's going to tease you a little
Nub
bit
Bub.
to
God
see.
forbid Nub Carrington has to sit on the bench a little more.
They're gonna
I'm okay with
No,
that.
he's going to play more than 20 minutes a
I'm
game.
okay with that.
I think they're going to play 20 minutes a game on average when it's all said and done.
He's going to play. He's
they're
going to play
say,
starter minutes.
Okay, maybe
But
so.
after the All-Star break, like you
I
said.
think 20 minutes a game. Maybe it extends more, But they don't. They can in 20 minutes they can see what they need to see, night in and night out. What can this guy do? Does he make the guys around him better, or is he still selfish? Trey makes only Trey better.
I don't think he's selfish, Trey. You can't lead the league in assists and be selfish.
Sure, you can. You just you don't initiate.
Tough.
You don't initiate. You don't initiate. You're just looking for because he's a super
I think
talented
James
guy.
Harden's kind of selfish, and he racks up a lot of assists. So I think you can.
I wouldn't say he was selfish.
He shoots a lot.
Well, yeah, that doesn't.
a lot.
You can do both. You can be a great scorer and be a great passer and distribute. You're trying to do what's in the best interest of the team. Like, I don't think he's necessarily just a selfish. He is ball dominant, and that may not fit the style of play that they want to ultimately have.
You have the ball for 15 of the 24 seconds or whatever.
But so is Shea.
I wouldn't say he's
so
selfish.
is Luka.
I'd
a lot. So is
JP. He's not selfish.
Yeah.
He's ball dominant.
Yes.
That's
but a lot of the best players in the league are.
If you have the ball 45% of the time, I wouldn't call you selfish. I'd just call you're ball dominant.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily just give it up to
if you have the ball,
just the easy pass.
And if you have the ball for 45% of the time, you're going to turn the ball over.
Of course.
And that's what
the best players in the league turn the ball
And that's what he's going to do. He's going to turn the ball over.
Yeah.
So in this Athletic article, Joshua Robbins being part of it, also David Aldridge and Sam Amick, he writes, sending McCollum to the Hawks also ought to suppress the Wizards' win total if Young plays a limited number of games over the remainder of the season. That's if. And he mentions the Raptors deal. The Raptors' approach with Brandon Ingram last season could provide a roadmap for the Wizards to follow with Young in the weeks and months ahead. Ingram suffered an ankle sprain on December 7th, 2024, and missed the rest of the season.
Didn't Ingram throw like a water bottle and hit one of his teammates or his coaches? Let's not have that from Trae Young.
I don't know. The last water bottle toss that I know about is Ed Cooley at Georgetown.
Didn't work out.
Which wasn't great.
Yeah.
Did a kid suspended for a game. And Georgetown, not very good.
Not very good. Off to a rough start.
Right.
It'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting to see when he starts.
I think when Trey plays, he'll be good. I got no problem with that.
I'm pumped to go see
I
him
just don't
sit
know.
on the bench tonight.
My question is, I don't know if it's a great fit long term. And if you're telling me it's just going to be a money deal,
I don't know why.
Why
Why are you so concerned with Trae Young's fit long term here? No,
isn't that what the whole point is of this season?
Not if it's- no.
Yes, the whole
No.
point of
No,
the tanking is long term.
The point is,
what are you talking about?
No, here's the point: acquiring assets. Bill Wildock is all about acquiring assets. He doesn't care whether
He's
they're
not
here
gonna
in
change
5
their
years
win
or 7
total this
years.
year.
He cares about acquiring assets that he can then flip for other assets and or draft capital.
I'm not saying it's
goal.
it's not impossible that he signs an extension.
It's not
It's
impossible.
not impossible.
That's what
And
I'm
it might not be a 4 or 5 year deal like he might want. It could be shorter than that. So in terms of long term, you might be right on that. The question is that good for the younger players? We'll see once he gets
That's
on
what
the
they're
court.
going to find out. If
Yeah.
he's terrible, if he's a cancer, and the other guys aren't developed, they're standing there watching him
then
tumble around.
then he
all
go.
night.
He go.
They're going to say bye-bye.
Right.
Nice experiment.
Right.
Pull the plug.
Right.
You're
then-
gone.
And all
then
we
they're
gave
gonna
up was
deal him, and they'll
CJ
get something
and Corey.
because of the-
Right. You gave up nothing. You gave literally nothing
and
to
they'll
get him.
and they'll get something because of the dead cap deal that's still important in the league.
In terms of the young guys who have been showing promise, they have done Keyshawn George as kind of a point forward, Bub as a point. Maybe they don't think either of those guys are long-term point guards, that Bub might be an off-guard guy. And so Bub might actually, I will give the devil's advocate to myself, Bub might actually benefit from this by realizing, hey, I'm a two-guard, not a point guard, and get more minutes because C.J. McCollum essentially was a two-guard, although they were basically playing combo guards.
I love Bub. In fact, I was the first one on the Bub train. Right away I saw him. That guy's a 10-year vet. Now, I don't think he's necessarily a star. And what's interesting is you always argue for stars. They just acquired a star. Well, let's see how he fits.
I think he used to be a star.
So you think it's over?
He could.
I think Trae Young. I think Trae Young. My opinion of Trae
He's
Young,
27.
and it's a lot. I think Trae Young on a bad team can put up numbers. Yes. I don't think he's that much different.
Well, that's
now,
what
he's
he
a better
did.
passer. I don't think he's that much different than Jordan Poole.
Okay.
And Jordan Poole's like a cancer.
He's a much better
I'm
passer
grasping.
than
What
him.
if he
yeah.
I
comes
just said
in?
he's a
What
much
if he
better
comes
passer.
in and I'm grasping. It's Bullets Fever remnants. What if he comes in and he's a poor man Steph Curry? What if
Meaning
he's
what?
like he scores like 30 plus a game? And
Well,
He's going to take a ton of.
elevates the
He's going to have
younger-
to take a ton of shots because he's not going to shoot well
Okay.
enough to do that.
But he elevates the younger core around him. He scores at a high clip. Doesn't now? I'm living in utopia right now. I understand.
Yeah.
I'm not
what if
even
that
going to
happens?
entertain that.
I-
I'm not even going to
I'm
entertain
willing
that.
to at least entertain it.
I just question how he makes the younger players better if he's going to average 30 a game because you're just taking shots.
Because he
You're not-
elevates the offense as a whole around him, which is something the Wizards.
Yeah, I just
have
don't know how
struggled
that's
with.
possible. But
That's that's a huge part of why they obtained him.
let me
think.
just read this real quick. This paragraph from Zach Harper he writes for the New York Times and the Athletic. Okay, he says Young shot a league average or better 3 of his 7.5 seasons. In the last 3.5 seasons, Young has shot 43% or worse from the field. He takes terrible shots and misses many of them. Young also turns the ball over as much as anybody, owning one of the highest turnover rates in NBA history. You're getting playmaking, but you're also getting almost 75% of his turnovers coming from passes.
Mm-hmm.
So he's also one of the league's worst point of attack defenders. That's all documented,
Right.
based on stats. Maybe he changes up a little bit.
Maybe, but I would argue he's taking bad shots from the day he stepped in the league.
True. So, but you don't really want that here. You want him to find those younger guys and let them take the shots.
Right, maybe
That's why
that's Keith's emphasis too.
I know Ted might
from
want him
day
to
one.
average 30 a game because people are going to come into the seats to
I
see
don't
him.
think that's why he was brought here.
Not by Will Dawkins. You're right.
Atlanta has changed its offensive philosophies over the past couple of seasons, and Trey has done a pretty good job of adapting to it. Maybe it wasn't working out long term because of how good Jalen Johnson has been, but they've had him playing more in the role that Washington might want him to play in for the last couple of seasons, and apparently he's been pretty receiving of it. He's been okay with it.
Yeah.
All right, let's bounce some of these calls. Let's go to, real quick, I know we're up against a break. Let's go to Joe in Rockville. Joe, what's up?
Joe.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Good morning. Happy New Year.
What's up, Joe?
I just think
Can't say that on January 9th.
I think it's an asset. I think it's a win-win for the Wizards. But if guys keep being negative, most professionals who work as hard as athletes work, when they go to a new destination, they don't bring the old baggage. He's going to get shots for the young guys. He's the second leading assist in NBA history. He's behind Stockton. How can he be selfish? He's going to help the Wizards. I think it's a win-win.
I think it's a good point, though. When you come to a new team, you want people to like you.
Yeah.
You want to get along with guys. You're going to feed the young guys. You're not stupid.
It's kind of must watch when he finally starts playing, right?
Agree.
It's must watch. It's intriguing. Yeah. Wizards with, and I love CJ, great dude.
CJ is
He wasn't must watch.
No. Nobody's going to miss. He's a great guy, but nobody's going to miss C.J. McCollum. Not one Wizards fan is going to miss C.J. McCollum.
No.
He's a little like bump in the road
But-
on the path to hopefully
But once
rebuilding
Trey
the franchise.
once they announce Trey Young is starting, whatever game that is,
Right.
I think it's must watch.
Absolutely.
Just to see how he fits in with these guys.
He could tear it up.
We'll see.
He has all the incentive in the world to tear it up.
By the way,
That's true.
I am not suggesting he's going to tear it up.
I'm not either.
Oh, I think he's going to have some games where he'll put up 40.
So do I.
If he gets the
but
minutes.
I don't think he's going to be like a night in, night out tear. That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting he could be a valuable piece for this
By
organization.
the way, Zach Harper,
Potential.
who I hope we can get on the show at some point to talk about, he knows a lot about this. He gave the trade an A for the Wizards.
Right.
Even after pointing out all of the negativities
Love it.
of Trey. He just says it can't hurt him.
Oh, I haven't seen a national guy yet trash him.
Yeah, I agree.
Coming up next, we'll go around the NFL with the Junkies Blitz. It is Super Wild Card Weekend. We'll go through some of the games to give you the latest NFL news here on the Junks. All right, we're back, and unless Tom Arnold wants to talk NFL, we're going to pivot from the Blitz because Tom's here early. He's going to be at the DC Comedy Loft.
Just want to see you guys
Tonight and tomorrow. He's got 2 shows each night. Get your tickets at dccomedyloft.com.
That brings up a good point. You mentioned the Lakers trainer. You're a sports guy? You're a sports fan?
I am.
Well, remember, Best Damn Sports Show.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But,
That's right. So I know you're a hoop guy. Are you a football guy?
Football, yeah. College football.
Loves Iowa. Loves the Hawkeyes.
Yeah,
right?
but the Giants are my team, and we've just been sucking balls, man. my buddy owns the team.
I wish I could say that.
In 10 seconds.
Well, who's your buddy? Who's your
I wish I
buddy?
had buddies like
Steve
that.
Tisch.
Okay.
He was my favorite best man of all 4 of my weddings. And,
4 weddings.
But I got to know his dad first. And he used to take me. His dad was a great man. You know, he bought half
Was
the
that
team.
Lawrence Tisch? Was that his
No,
dad?
Bob,
Tisch.
his brother.
Tisch.
But he bought half the team for $25 million
Right.
back in '89, just so he could shake the players' hands. He didn't want to be involved in decision making.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course, that's worth $3 billion is half.
Man, what an
But
investment.
you did the Best Damn Sports Show period for how many years and what year did it start? Because I'll give you an interesting nugget about that afterwards. But what year did you start?
2001 to 2006.
Was it David Hill or
David Hill?
So David Hill, here's an interesting note, approached the 4 of us and we shot a pilot for Fox Sports.
I mean,
we clearly didn't get
that was
it.
him.
You guys
that
got
was
it.
supposed to be our show.
That was him. Yeah.
And then they actually said, which I think is stupid, but this is the way the world. They said too many white guys. You're just all white guys. And
All look the same.
David Hill said, "Those are my guys."
Yeah.
We did the pilot, which you shouldn't have done because they ended up realizing.
They
I guess
said-
it was 4 white guys.
because they
If
told
we
us
would
they
have had
said-
D Woods, they would have given it to us.
They actually
Fired
told
JP brought in.
He was-
when we
I
shot the
would've taken
pilot, they told us it doesn't matter what you look like. We just want to see the chemistry.
That was a
so
mistake.
we were dumb and
Yeah.
we just shot it like we were all playing golf that day. So we all had like golf polos. They were like, well, maybe if one of you guys had a tattoo, if you had a little color.
They said, they're not my guys.
and then eventually we weren't their guys.
Well, they
How
told
many
me
years did you do that?
5 years.
Yeah.
And who else was part of the cast?
John
at that time?
Kruk,
John Sally.
who I loved. He was the first person.
Chris
And
Rose was he?
He was funny. Who?
Chris Rose was he? Was Chris Rose?
Chris Rose, yeah.
He was
Didn't
the
like the
Sally do
host.
part of it with you?
Sally did it. Started with Deacon Jones because Michael Irvin had been arrested for something with cocaine.
Shocker.
But I said,
So glad you
we're
brought it up."
waiting. We're waiting on him. You know.
As a guy that's sober and been very open
Yeah,
with all of
yeah.
your, back and forth
Yeah.
or whatever, when you see Michael Irvin now with the belt to ass bit and all of that,
Yeah.
I mean, is he of right mind? when
He's a great guy. I'm going to tell you, man. And they said, David Hill told him, don't talk about cocaine. Don't talk about the arrest. And that's all he talked about. He'd be like, I did cocaine, and it was fun, but I'm not
He
doing it
didn't have to
anymore.
tell us. We knew he was doing cocaine.
Yeah.
Not even tell
But
us.
he was great. I
So
knew
he's
he'd
a
be
good
great.
dude.
He's a really good dude.
Really?
You know, every time he goes home to Florida, he's got 32 hands because he has 16 brothers and sisters. And they're all waiting for money.
Right.
You know, they stole his wife's wedding ring, you know. And
You're
His
kidding.
family.
yeah. But his wife has dementia, and he's been taking care of her for a couple of years.
Oh wow.
Oh,
So it's a
Lord.
very cool. It's a lot of work, but he's a cool guy.
Do you still talk to him?
Yes,
Oh.
we had a reunion at Fanatics Fest a couple years ago.
Jason,
all the guys.
Remind Tom when we were in Atlanta for the Super Bowl 20 years ago.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
You remember this?
Okay.
And I know Tom was there.
Yeah.
We were milling around and we were doing that bit. We were there all week and
Yep.
we were trying to go to the parties. That's what you do.
Yep.
And we went to some, it actually wasn't a party. It was just a bar.
Yeah.
And we went to the bar.
Great
and it was
memory.
one- yeah. And it was one of those deals where we're like, oh, this is a spot. Because there's Wayne Gretzky, there's
Brandon Chastain.
Janet Jones, is that
Yeah.
her name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Brandy Chastain. Remember the big Yankee, David Wells?
David Wells.
Oh yeah, Boomer.
I feel like Rick
I was at his
Neuheisel
wedding.
was
I was at his
And
wedding.
Tom Arnold.
And
Yeah.
these guys, they're all sitting together. It was
And
just
guess
the
what?
sickest thing
Guess
ever.
what I did?
Yeah.
I went up
Took
and
a
got
picture.
someone took a picture. There was no cell phones back then,
No.
right?
No.
How did we,
Right.
I don't know. Who,
That was like
I don't know who
2000.
took the picture.
You
Or
got
how
digital
No,
cameras.
maybe no
Maybe it's
iPhones, maybe no iPhones.
Yeah.
iPhones, I think, were 2007.
Well, anyway, so someone stood right behind you,
Yeah.
and you were sitting with Wayne Gretzky.
Right.
Brandon Chastain came in. I
Yeah.
hugged her, and I had I have a picture in my office right
Oh,
now.
my God.
Me, you, Brandon
that's
Chastain,
cool.
and Wayne Gretzky.
And you know who else was there? You know who else was there? Rick Neuheisel.
Yeah.
Was he? I don't remember
Rick
that.
Neuheisel was there.
Yeah.
Does that trigger anything with you in your
No,
brain at all?
what triggers is Michael Irvin had gotten in trouble, something with a woman, and he's all clear. And I look over at one point, and he's biting somebody's ass. A woman. He's not right in front of everybody. Management,
Just out in
everybody.
public.
Yeah,
Out in public doing
yeah,
it. Yeah, it's-
So
it's wild.
Well, that
It's
show
wild.
was fun. You guys would have been great. It would have been better.
It would have been better, but it would have been okay.
We had no
Yeah.
star power.
We didn't have any.
We're
yeah, we didn't have
unknown.
any
It was fun to do. You know, I
Right.
see shades of it on other shows now, where they do comedy or whatever. So we got away with a lot. My throat is not sounding
You
good.
can be able to
Your
get through
throat's not
both.
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
and you came in here on crutches.
Take some
Yeah.
balls.
How are you doing 2 shows tonight?
I know. Tom Brady, he was
it
called
stand-up?
a game around Thanksgiving, and his voice was all messed up, but he plowed through it. But it was brutal.
Your eye too. I mean, I don't want to get like too
no,
much.
Here's the deal. I had a broken
punch you.
nose.
What happened?
I had a broken nose. My son got me a mask. My son's 12. He's 6'2", 245, 14 shoe, sixth grade. Plays basketball and
12?
football. Yeah, but he got me a mask. You know, when an NBA guy breaks their nose, that clear mask. And the ball went up, and he slammed it, and the mask cut my face.
So hold on,
That's
you
the
were
thing.
playing basketball against your son,
Yeah.
just doing the doing
Very-
the father son
yeah.
thing. You don't think maybe you guys should play catch?
No,
maybe
you're right.
instead?
You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right. Yeah, I'm a single dad. My kids are 12 and 10.
Right.
And I'm 66 and a half.
Right.
You know, but you gotta bring it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, I
you
hear
know,
ya.
and love it.
Dude, if I'm 55, I last tried to play my son one-on-one. I thought I was gonna have a stroke after 3 points.
I mean, if your son is that big,
Yeah.
how old was he when he was able to beat you in hoops? Like,
Well,
8
the
or 9
last
years
year,
old?
the last year, he really,
4 games.
you know, at first you have to fake it that they're beating you.
Yeah.
But really, his last year, he's gotten
Yeah.
very good, and he gets on these AAU teams, and which is a whole world I didn't know existed.
Oh,
The
yeah.
club teams, you
bet
got
you go to
audition.
a lot
Costs
of
a lot
it,
of
too.
money.
Too,
That-
a lot of
that's why
driving.
you're on the
You're
road.
Right.
Yeah,
You're right.
Because you don't want to miss that. There's nothing like it.
No,
There's nothing
yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
All right, Tom Arnold's hanging out with us. We got to take a break.
Tom Arnold.
He's going to be
Yeah,
at
love
the
this
DC
dude.
Comedy Loft. Go to dccomedyloft.com. He's got 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow. Tom Arnold more with us here on the Junkies. Don't go anywhere.
Raising Canes from Miami, beating Ole Miss 31-27. Carson Beck, 268 through the year, 2 touchdowns, and the go-ahead score.
It's the best feeling I've ever had in my life. Man, I'm so proud of this team. We never flinched. I mean, in the face of adversity, when we had to respond, we responded, and we never gave up. You know, I looked at the guys on the sideline, and you could just see it in their eyes. We all had a good feeling that what just happened was about to happen.
The sound courtesy ESPN. 13-2 Canes face the winner of Indiana, Oregon. That game is tonight at 7:30. Championship game January 19th in Miami. Quarterback Damon Williams Jr. is returning to play at Washington in 2026. The Titans will interview Mike McCarthy next Saturday. The Nationals have agreed to terms with C.J. Abrams, Mackenzie Gore, Jake Irvin, and Luis Garcia Jr., but did not agree yet with Cade Cavalli. Masson says the sides are only $75,000 apart. Pelicans and Wizards tonight on Bloomberg 99.1. Capitals and Blackhawks tonight, 7:45 on The Fan. From the Crop Metcalf 5-Star Sports Desk, Byron Kerb on The Fan.
Junks coming to you live on 106.7 The Fan, Team 980, brought to you by our friends at Main Street Bank. Cheer local, bank local. Main Street Bank's a business-focused community bank proudly serving the DMV since 2004. Visit mstreetbank.com to learn how to put our team in your office. Main Street Bank, member FDIC, equal housing opportunity lender. We're happy to be joined in studio by Tom Arnold. He is at the DC Comedy Loft tonight and tomorrow. 2 shows each night.
Tom, you joked about your 4 marriages, your 4 weddings. Would you consider a 5th?
I haven't had a date.
Hold on, we got to turn your mic on. Hold on.
Hold on 1 second. Is he at the wrong mic or?
That's
It's
the same
just,
one.
just swap it out because that cord's broken, I think.
All right, hold
It's
on.
not your
The
fault.
mic is.
Is it from being pulled too much?
Probably,
there?
yeah, the XLR.
Is it better now? Is it better now? Okay.
now we
I
can
can
hear
do
it.
the other one. Hold on, Tom.
I think we can hear it.
That's the producer.
No,
Those
it's this
headphones
one.
off. We're in trouble.
All right, there. That one's
Sorry
working.
about that.
No, it's not your
Oh.
fault.
It's not your fault.
No, good. Thank you.
Oh, but it
Thanks
might
for
not
the
reach
tea.
here. We got an issue.
You're all lead in. I'll do whatever has to be done.
All right, there you go.
Hey.
Try that.
So I asked you if
Yeah.
you would consider a 5th marriage because you've been married 4 times.
Yeah.
Have
Married
been
to
on a date
Roseanne
8
Barr.
years?
No, haven't. I'm a single dad with a 12-year-old and a 10-yeard-old. I'm not sure they would. You know, my 12-year-old son's very. You know, if he sees
they might not
women, I
approve
see. Yeah,
type of thing.
but also their mom. You know, it's public record is so crazy. You know, she swats us and does things like that.
No
I don't know if you could Google it.
What does that mean?
That means she calls the police. I'm home asleep with the kids. She says his name is Tom Arnold.
He's
right
trying to
there
kill
count
us
that.
or something.
Yeah, he's very violent. He has a lot of guns, and worried about the kids. And
Well, the
come
cops come and it's a
they come in
life-threatening
hot.
situation.
Yeah. And I meet him outside. I say, call your supervisor. You've been here a lot, and the kids are fine. I'm not waking them up, and I got no guns. And then the cops leave, and I have to wake up the kids. Kids, we got to hide the freaking guns, man. that really happened. That really happened. Well, I was doing everything. But no, I have single mom friends.
Yeah.
And I assume that my date will start with a play date. Kids the same age. The mom and I were at a park. This is my dream scenario. The mom turns to me and goes, "You want to have sex behind the dumpster?" I'm like, "I do." It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
Did you ever dabble with the apps?
No.
Tinder. Or
No. My assistant put me on the one Bumble.
Yeah.
Because Sharon Stone was on there. And but Sharon got kicked off. They thought she was fake.
Oh,
But
really?
she had a lot of dates.
I bet. Well, what's the one that only like the rich and famous?
Yeah. Raya. A buddy of mine helped create that.
A buddy of yours did? Yeah.
That's Mike McGinnis. But
You have to have a certain level of success,
Yeah.
a certain level of
Yeah.
coolness, or they don't let you on.
right, you have to be a rich guy.
Right.
And then the women is to find rich guys.
Uh-huh.
Right,
you know?
right.
And but no, it's complicated. First of all, you have to have 5 pictures of yourself that you like. So that right there
good
took
luck
me
with
out.
that.
Yeah. But people do the apps. You know, people do the apps.
In terms of being on the road, do you still love being on the road? There must be a part of you that loves this.
Yeah, it's fun. I feel grateful. People come out, and this is my first real tour in many years. And what I wanted to do was I want to talk about my life now, what it's really like, with the 4 ex-wives, little kids. And so I put, I worked for 3 years, go to the Improv Comedy Store to build, to make at least half of my set.
How does that work when you want to go there? Do you, like someone like you that's established, you just say, hey, I'm going to come up and just do 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And they just let you no matter what? They find it?
10 or
whatever.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. In the old days, you had to audition for Bud Friedman or Mitzi Shore. Right. Now comics run the hours. They'll give a comic 90 minutes. They'll book the acts, and they take the door. And so you just look, and you'll see great comics. So I love going there. I'll see all these other great comics that are, that I forget that.
Can I tell you your favorite? You've done so much. I don't know. What was your favorite movie that you ever did?
I've been in 150 movies, four good ones, and people like True Lies. 9 months.
That to me, I think was the one. True Lies, the one with Schwarzenegger.
Yes, that was good.
You stole that movie.
That's true.
I mean, it's true.
No,
right?
Yeah.
Were you
Jamie Lee Curtis wasn't bad either.
Yeah.
No, but were you originally intended to be as big a role, or how did that just block? Everyone just you stole the movie.
I heard that Jim Cameron was directing a movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis. They're looking for the third guy. They're meeting real actors. I had zero shot to get that movie. And my agent called one day and said, Jim Cameron wants to meet with you. And I said, that's BS. It's a mercy meeting, which it was. William Morrison was called his office and said, please meet with this guy. We know you're not going to cast him, but it'll make him think we're working for him. So I went down there. Jim Cameron's a great guy. He's a 6'3" Rambo Canadian, not like another director. And so he shoots the crap for a minute. He's like, do the scene. I go, I didn't even read the scene. He goes, what? I go, because I know I'm not getting the movie. It seems like it'll hurt less if I don't even try. Right. So he's like, well, it's 3 pages. So I read it one time, and he's like, huh. And he yells, get Arnold down here. Except his voice is better. He yells, get Arnold down here. I didn't know Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the building. And all of a sudden, we see him walking down the stairs. And Jim said he cast me, because while we're watching Arnold, I said, I could take him. It wouldn't be easy, but I'd have to hit him low. And then it all came up. We did it, and it was great. And he said, you got the part.
Wow.
That was awesome.
But you have to wait 2 weeks to tell anyone. And I'm like, I swear to God, I won't tell anyone for 2 weeks. I go to my car, call everyone. I go, everybody knows. Iowa. But the reason I had to wait 2 weeks is he had to leave that meeting and go to the top of the Fox Tower. It's the Die Hard Tower in the movie Die Hard. That's a Fox
Tower?
Yeah.
Nice.
Go up there, top floor. The bigs are up there. The board of directors, the CEO, the president of films, and give them the good news. By the way, this is the most expensive movie ever made at the time. Wow. So a lot of lines. So he goes up there. I found the third guy. We can start filming True Lies. They're like, that's fantastic news, Jim. Who is it? He's like, it's Tom Arnold. They're like, that is horrible news, Jim Cameron. He said, why do you say that? And they go, don't you read the tabloids? He's a crazy person. And Jim's like, no, I don't read tabloids. But I wrote this movie, and he's the guy. And they're like, we're very sorry, Jim. We cannot approve Tom Arnold.
I don't know if you guys remember.
Wow.
He stole that
I haven't seen it in forever, but I do remember him being great.
So they said,
was Jamie Lee?
She was great.
She was good too.
But they said they can't approve me, and Jim's like, I'm the one who's sorry because I wanted to make the movie here with you guys. Now I'm going to drive down the street and make it at effing Paramount. And they're like, we'll give him a chance. So he went to bat for me, which is crazy. But yeah, it was great fun. I had no idea how big of a deal it was. I got to ad-lib a lot. And
what's a massive movie that you were in and maybe had a small role that we don't even realize you were in?
Was I in Austin Powers? I think I was in.
Oh.
There's one scene, but people remember that scene. And you could do a movie for 5 months, and nobody gives a damn. But
how many times have you done movies where they actually cut you out? Is that happening?
It's been a while.
Are you a big star?
Well, here's what I do lately: low-budget horror movies, because the fans are so loyal. You can sign stuff at Comic-Cons and make money.
Is that true?
Yeah. The last Comic-Con I did, the woman next to me was in The Exorcist, the original one, for 17 seconds. And she had a line around the thing.
17 seconds.
Yeah.
What was her character?
Yeah. I forget, but I said, I got to do more of those so I can sell stuff. Now, here's the true story. They offered me movies. First thing I say is, how do I die? I always die in them, okay? And I only work one day. And they try to do 50 pages in one day, but they try to put me throughout. So I got an offer. The movie's called Drag Pyres. And I go, how do I die? One of the drag queens pulls off your penis. I go, okay.
I'm in.
He said, well, if it's my real penis, I need more money.
Right.
So I go there, show up, I go to the director, where's the penis? Because I want to have like 1,000 of them made so I can sign it at the thing. He's like, well, your agent said you didn't want to do it. So we're pulling your throat out. And I'm like, no, I'm doing the penis thing for sure. That's a pays off in the future.
It's a better.
It's actually genius.
Yeah.
He's thinking about the marketing possibilities later.
Yeah.
Which of the shows do you still get? What do they call that? Residuals from.
Oh, a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah.
And
Do
is
they
that
amount to
heaven? Is it
anything,
big
or-
or are they small?
Sometimes it's surprisingly big, but because I wrote Roseanne too, you get more for the Writers Guild.
Wow.
But it's something. A normal person could probably live on it.
Right?
They did a Roseanne reboot, right? I really didn't see it.
Yeah.
Maybe they called the Connors or something like that.
Yeah.
You weren't involved.
No.
You think he was
Let me
involved
tell
in
you.
the
No,
reboot?
she's kidding.
I don't even think Roseanne was part of it.
Well, she
At least
did
by
the
the end.
first season. It did unbelievably well. It was the #1 show, but I don't think they checked her social media before they did it because she'd been, like she wrote a letter to every member of Congress saying that John McCain was a traitor. Like she's that person. So she came time, and what she did was she told the Trump people, I'm going to be all Trump. And then she told the other people, no politics.
Right.
So the weekend before the second season started, the writers are coming in. She did that racist joke, I guess, and she sabotaged herself.
Right.
Because she couldn't face the,
Who was behind the national anthem idea?
Well, okay. Somebody told her she could sing, and
So that was an honest attempt?
Well, here, God doesn't give you all gifts, right? She's good on the show. She's a good writer, and so she wanted to do it at Dodger Stadium.
Right.
And I said I couldn't win. I was trying to protect her from herself. I said, let's do it in San Diego, where if it goes wrong, no one will ever hear about it.
Right.
And so she went out there, and you saw what happened. So, and then I had to throw out the first pitch afterwards. And the guy came up with the ball. He's like, "You probably get the hell out of here, buddy." I go, "Yeah, I do." After I throw out this first pitch, because I'll never be allowed to stadium again.
How was your first pitch?
It's pretty good. I've had a few. It's pretty good. Yeah. But yeah. So then we get on the plane. 20-minute flight to San Diego. I think it's over. Yeah, it's fine. In fact, she's like, "Oh my God, that was so bad." I go, "No, they were booing." I go, "No, you never been to a base boo? But that's a sign of endearment, boo, pal." And I had her convinced.
You're trying to be a good husband.
Yeah, well, when we landed, the president of the United States at the time had been watching it with the owner of the team and said it was a disgrace to America. And it was during Operation Desert Storm.
Was that
too.
Bill Clinton? Who was that?
No, George.
So he was
H.W.
making an honest. That was an honest attempt at it.
Yeah. And she thought they think it was funny, and she grabbed her crotch and spit.
That is a disaster.
But it's a danger. So we were at war. We're either at war or about to go to war.
Right.
So, but George H.W. Bush, I went on Johnny Carson and slammed him. And the next day, I see Maria Shriver. She's like, "I saw you talk about the president. That's pretty rough." I go, "He doesn't watch Johnny Carson." She goes, "I bet he does. He doesn't care what I say. I bet he does." And I said, "Do you have a piece of paper?" And I wrote him a note because she has his address. I'm sorry. Of course, there's First Amendment, but I wasn't funny. Those jokes were funny. They were mean. Anyway, appreciate you. Give it to him. 48 hours later, a Secret Service agent comes to my house with a handwritten note, which I still have on my wall, from the President of the United States and said, "You can do whatever you want." Jerry Weintraub says you're a great guy. He's probably the only other Jew he knew in Hollywood. But he said, "Would you join Barbara and I for dinner this next week?" And so I've never said anything bad about any of the Bushes.
Where are you going to be?
Okay, comedy. What is it called? The Loft. Comedy Loft.
DC Comedy Loft.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And who's opening for you?
Max Mizell.
Max
Look at
Mizell.
him. Look at him. Dude, look, he played in Syracuse. Believe it or not, I've seen the film.
Lacrosse? What'd you play?
I was a punt returner too.
Yeah.
Oh, you played football.
Backup punt return. He gets crushed.
I don't know. I just
He
thought
gets
you were
crushed.
last
He
player.
stops,
Video
he
get
takes
crushed.
it. He gets crushed. But he's got his video clips, on the YouTube.
That's pretty cool.
It's very cool. Very cool.
That's
All right.
awesome.
So how do they get tickets?
How do you take back?
DCComedyloft.com.
There you have it.
All right.
That it? Thank you guys very much.
He's
Yeah.
got two
Thanks,
shows
guys.
tonight.
Go. And you're
Yeah,
going.
two
Go.
shows
I know he's
tomorrow.
gotta go.
That's the great Tom Arnold here
Thank
on the
you. You
Junkies.
guys. Appreciate it.
When it comes to your money, what's more valuable than peace of mind? At Trajan Wealth, that's TRAJANwealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors know that your financial journey is personal, whether you're looking for a second opinion on your portfolio or you want to build a plan for steady income in your retirement. Trajan Wealth has got you covered. CEO Jeff Jr., a Marine Corps veteran who knows the meaning of true independence, founded Trajan Wealth so their advisors could always put your interests first. Turn to the pros at Trajan Wealth for a custom-tailored plan to reach your goals on your timeline. Schedule your complimentary introductory meeting today at TRAJANwealth.com and start working toward the retirement you've always imagined. That's TRAJANwealth.com. You owe it to yourself to get a second opinion on your financial future. Don't leave your retirement to chance. Call Trajan Wealth today. Here's the number. 202-929-6600, 202-929-6600, TRAJANwealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Welcome back. Junkies come to you live on 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980 here in the DMV. We haven't talked about the playoff games this weekend. It is Super Wild Card Weekend. Let's get into the Junkies Blitz, brought to you by Offenbachers. Football season's here, and cooler nights are calling. Score big with a hot tub and fire pit. Warmth, comfort, and the perfect game day vibe. Let Offenbachers help you upgrade your backyard today. And don't forget, Offenbachers now carries indoor and outdoor saunas. EB is a big proponent of the sauna life.
Love the sauna. We'll be in my sauna this afternoon.
Very good.
After my lunch with our mom.
Before we get to the games, just a couple of stories probably to touch on first. The Buccaneers fired 5 assistants, including their offensive coordinator, Josh Grizzard.
The Grizz.
So Todd Bowles is making a bunch of changes there in Tampa.
Hmm.
Where do you stand on that, by the way, when a coach, to save his ass, fires all his guys?
It's like it's the last act of desperation.
Yeah.
But are you okay with it? Like, in terms of,
I mean,
it's kind of like some coaches won't do it. Some coaches would rather.
Some coaches will stick up for their
they'll
guys.
Stick up for their guys, and you say,
Some
you
will.
have to fire me too.
Right.
Others are just like, I need to keep my gig. I need to keep those checks rolling
Or
in.
some of them might believe that they need better coaches.
Unless he had a problem with their philosophies.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
but I'm kind of with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you lose 7 straight games and you fall out of playoff contention, when there was MVP talk about Baker in the first month and a half of the season,
Yeah, something went wrong.
You can't just run that back.
Yeah.
Fair, but I think he should maybe stick up for his guys a little more than fire the whole staff. It's like he's blaming the whole staff. It's almost like he's not taking.
I think guys like
he's a defensive guy, so
I think guys that have more equity and more cachet, guys like Tomlin, Harbaugh, Andy Reid, they can stand on those principles. The Todd Bowles of the world can't.
No, I
don't
agree with
think.
you. But I think the admirable thing for him to do is to take the Ziggy with him.
Sure.
Yeah.
I am surprised that Todd he survived it.
Yeah,
I am.
I'm kind of surprised too.
Mel Kiper in the news this week. He was on ESPN and he went off. He is still a Shedeur Sanders mark.
Okay.
He says, I don't know what else the kid needed to do. He believes Shedeur did more than enough to be the Browns' QB1 in 2026.
So he liked his, I believe, 19.5 QBR.
Well,
He's a fan of that.
If you watch it, he goes through a lot of the interceptions. He talks about batted balls, Jerry Jeudy dropping the ball.
Okay.
He actually says he led him on 2 comeback wins down the
I
stretch.
thought he had some moments for a rookie. He didn't. I don't think he embarrassed himself.
And he compared him to Josh Allen in not necessarily his physical traits, but that Josh Allen's rookie season, he had more interceptions and touchdowns, but he showed some promise.
Yeah.
So Mel Kiper is not off the Shedeur Sanders train. Of course, he famously had him over Cam Ward, who was the number 1 pick. He thought
he's
Shedeur
also in a
was number
position
1.
where he wants to justify that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I respect it.
I don't know what he
I'm
sees in
gonna
Shedeur
guess that
Sanders.
whatever coach gets hired there is not going to be comfortable with Shedeur Sanders
Right.
as his QB1 heading into 2026. That's
Maybe,
just a
maybe
guess.
not. But also, he points out that he, remember, famously didn't have any reps with the team, and
Right.
thought that it was kind of criminal's not the right word, but I'm just going to use it. Criminal that Dylan Gabriel got all the reps, and they had Flacco, and remember did they have Pickett in preseason?
Kenny
They had like
Pickett.
4 quarterbacks,
Yeah,
so
they had Kenny
Sanders
Pickett.
never touched the ball.
By the way, the 2 come from behind wins were Cincinnati and I think Vegas.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
And in the one, it was 2 defensive scores.
Oh yeah.
Right? They didn't have an offensive touchdown in the
Yeah.
game, I don't think. Rashi Rice under NFL investigation, possibly another suspension.
Oh.
This
What did he
time
do?
for domestic violence.
Oh man.
I mean, we can basically say he's a bad person at this point, right? Rasheed Rice, bad
So
guy.
his first
'cause
suspension was for street racing.
Right.
This one's
That's what he missed
allegedly
the first
for
weeks for. 6
Right.
weeks. 6 weeks, right?
for domestic violence charges, but
Well,
it's just allegations right now, so they are looking into that.
But if they're
well,
proven
if it
to be
stands true, he's gone.
I'm going to guess that he gets suspended for probably at least a year.
Right.
Like if he got suspended 6 or 7 weeks for drag racing in Dallas, which resulted in people getting injured, there has to be a stiffer penalty for domestic abuse, I would
For
think.
domestic violence, the baseline punishment is a 6-game suspension.
Okay.
So we'll
So
see how that
minimum.
plays out
Yeah.
for Rashi Rice, but he is oft troubled. I thought this story was interesting. Jason, you could maybe relate to this, not on this level, but Kayshon Boutte, who's going to be playing this weekend, right? Wide receiver for the New England Patriots, has had some moments, definitely on deep balls this year from Drake May. It's been close to 2 years since he was arrested for making close to 9,000 illegal bets during his time with the Tigers at LSU.
Ah.
The charges were eventually dropped, but turns out they had some merit after he came clean about his gambling addiction that led him to burning through a ton of money while playing in Baton Rouge.
I've made my living, Mr. Thompson, in large part as a gambler.
And I can relate to this because
you've made 9,000 bets.
I made 9,000 bets this year.
Kayshon Boutte says he lost close to $100,000 while betting on sports while he was at LSU.
That makes all the sense in the world.
Mike Booty. Hey, we should call him Mike Booty. Mike Booty.
He's a bigger mush than you somehow, Mike Marr. Playoff Mike. But look,
playoff Booty.
He admitted
this
that
is
he
another offshoot, by the way. This is another offshoot of NIL. I'm guessing he was there like probably during the infancy days of NIL. And if you're a college kid and you're getting paid, I don't know how much to be an LSU wide receiver, it's probably a good amount.
Yeah.
You got some disposable cash. I mean, you're 20 years old. Of course, you're gonna gamble on sports.
When did he come out? He came out in 23. He was in the 23 draft?
Sounds right. I'd have to look it up.
Boutte said that he'd hop on FanDuel as soon as he woke up in the morning, and he reached a point where he'd be getting up in the middle of the night to place more bets.
I mean, we're laughing
and he
about it,
kept
but
chasing the high until he reached rock bottom and completely broke after losing a total of $90,000.
Like he's a gambling addict. He's legit. Like we goof on it, but like he has a gambling addiction.
Yeah, I believe I have one too, but I would never put myself in that position where I'm losing that much money.
You've learned to limit your bets. Like you're not betting like
when I was younger.
size bets.
Now, when I was younger and I didn't have money, I would bet more and lose that.
Ditto. I did the same.
You did the same thing.
So he credited his return to the field and the birth of his son at the start of his junior season for helping him break the habit.
Look, man.
And he gave props to the Patriots for sticking with him after his past came back to haunt him. He's making about $1 million a year now.
Sometimes you got to hit rock bottom when it comes to gambling. My dalliance with online blackjack, that was my wake-up call.
Yeah.
I realized, hey, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to lead my family to financial ruin if I keep doing this. J.A. from Olney, I had to quit cold turkey.
What was, though, the rock bottom moment for you? Because I remember Brett used to get these reports.
Yeah.
And before it ever got brought up on the air, he would go, man, he goes, do you think this is Cakes, Jay from Olney? He's like, he lost $800 last month.
Yeah.
And then the next month he'd go, man, Jay from Olney lost $1,200 this month. And it went on for months.
Yeah.
So when, like, was there a moment that you can remember where you're like, I got to stop? Because you were doing it month after month after month.
You know what? Brett,
it was a good year
Brett
of doing that.
saved my life.
Right.
Because by him bringing it up and bringing it to light and being publicly shamed for doing it and losing all that money. It's
I
probably
remember
a good thing in hindsight.
At the time, 4 of us used to go to lunch after work almost every day. And it was CK and Brett, who were the producers of the show at the time, and me and Cakes. And there was one time where Cakes didn't come, and then Brett's like giggling, and he's got his papers, and it was, should we have like an intervention?
Right.
And we were talking about it. I was like, well, we're not positive that this is
but there are
Cakes,
signs.
but we were like, it's probably, so it's like, well, what if we just
J.A.
So what if we bring up online blackjack on the air and to see his reaction?
Yeah.
And Cakes poker face, like the king of white lies, was like, anybody who plays online blackjack, they got to be an idiot.
Well, I was an idiot. I was losing thousands of dollars.
So then Brett was like, maybe it isn't John. I was like, come on, it's John.
It was definitely me. But I learned my lesson.
I think my rock bottom with gambling, and it wasn't sports gambling, it was at the blackjack table.
Yeah.
I don't remember what year it was. It was at the Bahamas, at the Atlantis. And I was so hot for a good 4 or 5 hour stretch.
Yeah.
I had chips, black chips too.
Yeah.
$100 chips stacked up. I couldn't even see the dealer.
You had piles.
I couldn't even see the dealer. It was probably up to here. I'm guessing I had $8,000 or $10,000.
Were you playing with the friend? Was Rom there? Or?
I was playing with Tom Mooney.
Okay.
And
Not Rom Mooney, Tom Mooney.
He was sitting over
so
there.
Mooney be clutch.
I was in the first base seat. He was in the third base. It was probably. I lost it all.
Oh, man.
And then I lost more.
You dipped into your pocket.
I probably lost. So I lost what I was up. So
Were
call
you
it
drinking?
Of
Honestly?
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It affected your decision making.
I could have left the air and paid for the entire trip.
Yeah.
And I lost it, and I lost more. Went back to the cashier and paid. I lost.
Did you get a marker?
I probably lost $20,000.
And it still haunts you to
Still
this day.
haunts me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I walked back
how
to my.
enjoyable was your trip after that?
Oh, it was terrible. I walked back to the room, and I found there were people had left plates and dishes on the side of the path, and I smashed them. Don't you remember me telling that story?
I love this.
I threw them into one of the pools. I was so upset at myself.
I thought you like pulled a plan out.
I did that too.
He did something like
I
that on
was
a
so-
bachelor
He
party.
did that at his bachelor party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he was drunk.
No, but I probably did that too.
You
I
threw
was so
like some potted plant out the window.
Like in the
the
bay
window.
behind the
Yeah.
behind
Yeah.
the hotel.
yeah. I was just so upset at myself, and that was my rock bottom.
He
moment.
also had a boy that like smashed the window. I can't remember who that was. We were
on the
what's his name?
bus.
We were on like a
RJ?
little bus.
RJ.
Remember
RJ? Yeah.
He ran into the,
No,
the
he was
windshield.
he was like crouched down in between like the driver and the passenger seat. We were like in a church van or something.
Yeah.
And at like a stoplight, he launched himself into the windshield
windshield.
from just a crouched position and cracked the windshield.
Just for fun.
There was a lot of violence.
Yeah, there was a lot
That was my
of
buddy
chaos.
Joe from
I
college.
feel like Horsey was wrestling in the hallway too with you.
Sure.
Who knows?
Is that the same time that Jason ate like 2 foot longs and broke a toilet?
No, it was a different time.
That was a different time.
It was
That
a
was
different
just a
outing.
regular summer day.
I'm just telling you, my rock bottom was that moment.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what I did.
Did you see that there was a guy in Vegas, a very similar moment? He just had his rock bottom. He climbed onto the craps table.
His Rom bottom.
They said he had lost his life savings.
Oh.
Right? He was an older guy. Probably looked like he was about 65, loser. And he was just down, and it looked like he was going to take a dump on the craps table, and they're just letting him. And then he just started taking the chips. And
Yeah,
throwing them.
like Sharon Stone in Casino.
Yeah, just throwing them everywhere. And that's when they stopped him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, Kaishan
bad.
Butte, or however you
It's
pronounce his
Booty.
name.
Booty.
Booties.
Yeah.
I've
how you
heard it
pronounce
pronounced two different ways.
Hit the booty.
He's no longer
Mike
apparently
Booty.
having gambling issues.
Yeah.
But he fessed up to almost $100,000 of losses
Yeah.
at LSU.
Well, I
Sometimes you
felt
need
that
that
way
wake-
that
you need
day
that
in
wake-up call.
Bahamas, believe
Yeah.
me.
All right, so let's get into the games. Tomorrow you've got two. You've got it. The first game, Rams-Panthers. Rams a big favorite in this game, 10.5-point favorite.
Huge favorite.
Um,
Remember, the Panthers beat the Rams about 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Same
Shocking
stadium.
outcome.
Same stadium, Bank of America in Charlotte. And this was Bryce Young's probably his best game of the year. He was 15 for 20 with 3 touchdowns. It was probably Matt Stafford's worst game of the year. He turned the ball over 3 times. I think that's what the Panthers are going to need again. They beat the Rams, I think, by 3 in that game. And that was Stafford's bad game. So I think if Stafford plays just like a B- game, I think they win. But give the Panthers a shot since they're playing at home, and maybe Bryce Young has a great game.
Here's why I have a hard time like trusting in Bryce Young, not just for this game, but if you root for the Panthers
Yeah.
or if you're in that organization, he had games this year where he threw for 102 yards, 124 yards.
Yeah.
He had a 54-yard passing outing against the Seahawks. Like, I don't know, man. I just have a hard time trusting him to be my signal caller of the future.
If they're going to win, it's going to be because Matt Stafford has a bad game.
They need to hide him and run the ball 30 to 35 times and play good defense to win games.
Your 8 o'clock game Saturday night on Prime Video, Packers in Chicago to take on the Bears. They have played, this will be the third time in basically a month.
Yeah.
Split the regular season series. Of course, the Bears won in overtime on that long touchdown throw to DJ Moore. But the first game was close. Now, the Packers have kind of controlled both games. The Bears do what the Bears do. They do like a fourth quarter comeback. And that one came down to, remember, Caleb Williams rolling to his left. And I think it was Cole Kmet who was open and he
That was
underthrew it a little bit, got picked off
Was
on
that the overtime game? Was that
I might be mixing it up, but the point is both the games were close.
So 7-point game and a 6-point game. That was the overtime game. They beat them in overtime at home.
Could be some weather issues in this game. Expecting some snow, maybe up to an inch. Could dip as low as 23 degrees in that game.
Sunday games, you got 3 of them. Bills at the Jaguars is your 1 o'clock affair on CBS. Your 49ers head to Philadelphia. That's on Fox at 4:30. And then your 8 p.m. game on NBC, Peacock, Chargers against New England. Do you think any of the road teams win? Buffalo, San Francisco, or the LA Chargers?
I don't feel great about the Niners because, and we talked to Baldy about this, the Trent Williams injury is going to be huge for them.
And the linebacker.
Yep. I mean,
Who was the backup?
They've got many
Is it
issues.
Tatum Bethune? Yeah.
Filling in for Fred Warner. But Trent Williams is the bigger issue because, like Baldy explained, everything kind of is guided behind Trent Williams offensively, especially with C-Mac. Purdy's going to have to play a great game, but I just think the Eagles' defensive line is going to get after Purdy, and the 49ers just don't get to quarterbacks. So I think they're going to have to outscore Philly, and I just don't see it. So I don't feel good about San Francisco on the road.
That's the biggest spread. Philly's laying about 5.5. Buffalo is actually favored on the road, laying 1.5.
And let's see how Drake May, the second-year player who might win the MVP, how he plays in his first playoff game at home against the Chargers.
And then finally, you've got a Monday night playoff game, ESPN, ABC, Steelers hosting the Texans. That's got to be, that'll be a Sunday if that's a high-scoring game, right?
Let's see what the over-under is on
With the
that.
Texans
it's 37.5 or 38.
Is it really? Is it that low?
Yeah, it's low, yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing 38.5.
Yeah.
By the way,
Texans get after the quarterback, man. It's going to be interesting to
I'm
see
rooting
what
for
they do.
A-Rod. I know, EB, you're rooting for Aaron Rodgers, right?
I do root
I have
for
no
him,
affection
actually.
for C.J. Stroud or the Texans.
Yep.
Jason, are you going to invite all of us to your house when Drake May wins the MVP for the Drake May MVP party?
Yeah, I'm going to have a
Big get-together?
big get-together, big poster of Drake May.
I saw CBS.
Greater than sign Jaden.
On CBSSports.com, they had 11 of their NFL insiders vote on MVP, and it was 6-5.
Stafford.
Drake May.
Oh, good. Well, we'll see what happens.
I think it was Drake May.
But this is a big moment for him in his first playoff
Absolutely.
game.
Stafford's won
home.
an MVP, right?
No.
Oh, he hasn't? Oh, it might be a lifetime achievement then. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Some people believe that that's the case.
Yeah.
He also had more
he had-
touchdown passes.
He had a great
47
year.
touchdowns.
He threw a lot of touchdowns. Yeah.
You love throwing 1 yard.
But overall, statistically, if you look at the metrics, May had the better year.
Right.
All right, got to take a break. 1-800-636-1067 is the number. We're the Junkies. Coming right back. Welcome back. Chucky's coming to you live on 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980 here in the DMV. Earlier, we were talking about Mike McDaniel and whether he would be the guy here in Washington as offensive coordinator. We put that up as the poll of the day. I mean, just running away with it. Fans want him to be the next OC here in Washington.
Good.
87% right now. You can vote at Junks Radio. Thanks again to Tom Arnold for swinging by. You miss any part of the show, you can always grab the podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, do subscribe to our YouTube page. Lots of video content that Mike Marr is putting up every day. Subscribe to the 106.7 The Fan page and hit that like button. Very, very important. Some of you guys are big Jackass fans, right?
I was a big Jackass mark.
Have you
back in
watched the
day.
most recent Jackasses?
You mean the
Which would be
movies or
Jackass 4?
I don't think I've seen Jackass
Because
4.
I saw a story that Jackass 5
When was Jackass
is
4?
gonna
About 3 years ago?
It's going to include Bam Margera
Yeah.
returning.
Really? It's coming back?
No. I think I saw the last one, and it still works for me. I didn't know. I think they have a lot of guys now I don't even know who they are. Not the original cast, all of them. But yeah, I love me some Jackass.
So Bam had sworn up and down that he would never come back.
Jackasses love
but he's
Jackass.
agreed to negotiate. So it looks like he may be in the mix for Jackass 5.
He must be strapped.
I
Oh, for
distinctly
sure.
remember taking my then 9-year-old son
9 years old
to see Jackass 2
Is that
in
the
the
one
theater.
with the fake dongs.
That
and
was the
everything?
one where I believe one of the guys was in like a porta potty, and they just
Yeah,
think
that's
they
a great one.
did they launch it up with like a big like catapult?
Yeah, like a
So-
huge catapult, almost like rubber
I mean,
bands.
my son lost his
Yeah.
mind. He thought it was the greatest thing ever
I'm with him.
when he was 9 or 9.5
Well,
years
to
old.
me, again, one of the greatest is when they go into like the hardware store and take a dump in the toilet.
It's great. I think that's the OG. Like
I
one
mean,
of
that's
a great one in the Home Depot.
it's just so great. They would have a traditional like the shopping carts and with like a fake baby in it and like crashing into stuff.
I was a fan of, because I'm terrified of this happening. Weren't they riding in the back of a limousine and they opened up the the sunroof and dumped a bunch of like bees or wasps in the back
in the limo.
into the limo.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Not kidding.
The doors were sealed shut,
It was
so no one could
You know
escape.
How many people were in that?
I can't
limo?
2 or 3 that were in the
like
back.
wee man.
Yeah.
You know that one of our best guests that I've enjoyed the most is when we've had Steve O in studio.
Yeah, Steve-O was great.
And some of the stories are the things that he's done.
Yeah.
Some of the reasons for some of the tattoos that he's gotten. I don't know if you remember. He's got 2. One I can tell on the air is, remember they were like in a Jeep and they went on like the desert or something?
Yeah, they were like in bumpy terrain.
Yeah,
out
they
in
were
the
going like
desert.
100 miles an hour.
They're
and
like
he
in a
had-
safari.
And he had the guy tattoo him.
Yeah, while he was in the vehicle.
Right, just tattooed his body permanently while they're going 100 miles an hour in the Jeep. The other was he had a tattoo after a guy did something.
I know. I know what it is.
Yeah, I know what that is too.
After he ran his race.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
not what you want a tattoo of on your body.
He tattooed that guy
Permanently.
something. Unbelievable.
That's called committing to the bit. That's
That's-
real commitment.
I think that was was he married to Nicole Richie or he was just dating
Richie.
her? I think maybe he was just having sex with her.
I don't know. I can't speak
think,
on that.
I think, anyway, yeah, big Jackass fan. And yes, I will. You know what's funny? You know how Housemaid, is that what it's called? The one that-
Housemaids.
Yeah,
Housemaid.
with Sydney
Housemaid,
Sweeney.
yeah.
My wife and my daughter read the book, I guess, because it's popular right now or something. And
Well,
my
they read
wife,
the book before, probably. Are
Yeah.
they reading it after the movie?
they read it within the last week.
Oh, wow.
Did they see the movie first?
No,
or
and
no,
then
they
my
read-
wife, she said, I said, what book are you guys? Because they're like going to be, I'm going to read a book a week or whatever, right? New Year
You were the
resolution.
Buzz Williams
so
thing
it
from
must be
Maryland?
a popular book, obviously. I said, what book are you reading? Like, I wouldn't even know what to read. And they said, Housemaid. I go, I think that's a Sydney Sweeney one. And then, I don't know if she knew that, but she said, but scary. Like, to her,
really?
it was kind of but scary.
It's a thriller, yeah.
But she
Should be
said she
scary.
would see it in the theater with me if I wanted to see it.
You should make it a date night.
Yeah.
1:00 tomorrow.
I mean, we don't have that much. Like, this is one of my last weekends.
Here's something you
Starting
might
my
want to
travel
watch.
next weekend.
Hey, you should. I feel like I'm shouting into the abyss when I say it's a great movie. People
Is
should
it?
see
Will
it.
I be scared?
No.
Okay.
Don't be a scaredy cat. Go see it.
I'm kind of a wussy.
I might see it this weekend. I was almost going to see it last weekend and just didn't have like the babysitter set up and that sort of thing. This one you might be interested in, EB. So none of you guys are into boxing.
No.
There was a huge boxing match, and you guys
Definitely
didn't
not.
even know who Terrence Crawford was.
I don't know.
No idea.
If he walked through here with a sign that says "I'm Terrence Crawford," I still wouldn't.
I know
But you knew
Carl- I know Carl
Canelo. You knew
Crawford
Canelo
is.
Alvarez.
I know who he is.
That was the
yes.
biggest fight
I've
of the
never
year,
seen him
right?
hit somebody with his hand.
But this might be bigger for EB. So Aiden Ross, who I'm not that familiar with, he's some super popular streamer
Yeah, I
or
don't-
YouTuber.
I know the name. Know nothing
He
about
puts
him.
on boxing matches, and apparently this is going to be a big one, EB. Do you know who Adam 22?
Yes.
He's going to be boxing
Jason Love.
Jason Love. Oh, you already knew.
Who's Jason Love?
Jason Love is the porno guy that banged his wife.
Yeah, Eric, who's
Oh.
Jason Love?
I happen to know. He banged Lena the plug.
That's quite a nickname.
Lena,
Yeah.
whatever you call her. Yeah.
It's a grudge match.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So,
I think I know who's going to win.
Now, even though I guess it was a willing participant.
Yeah, but since then there's been beef. So
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. I mean, look. The guy's a brilliant marketer, he's pervert or whatever you want to say, but he's a brilliant marketer.
Well, Jason Love's more endowed, right?
Yeah, can Jason Love hit him with his dong?
Yeah.
Because if he hits him with his dong, it's lights
So it was
out.
all set up that he was going to have his wife, who's been in a million videos with him. She had never done something with another man, and so he was like, he capitalized on it. And they made millions, and he picked out Jason Love, one of the more popular, I guess. I'm not familiar, but one of the more popular,
Performers.
Yeah, like black performers. And so they did the scene, and then since then, when they were do promotions, he actually started to get a little bit bitter. Because the guy, I don't know, and I thought they were just both in on it.
Of course, you could get better.
I thought they were
You
both
banged
in
your wife.
on
Yeah.
it, but
If I were Adam 22, I would have picked Rom.
I'm not
Instead of
if you gave him,
Studley dude.
yeah, if you gave him a truth serum though, I'm still not convinced it's not still a work.
Right, it's probably shtick.
But they were acting like
Right.
there was beef after, and so now they're gonna have a fight.
He
And
almost
they're raising a bunch of money.
I bet he almost felt obligated to let someone bang her because doesn't she let him bang whoever he wants?
The whole country.
That's another fight I'll never watch.
And then
Just add it to the list.
she helps. She participates. The whole country he gets.
Well,
It's unbelievable.
Well, he can't be that mad. She gives him whatever he wants.
That's his point. That's his point. Because people are accusing him of being
but-
a big wuss.
Oh, but deep down he's mad.
But maybe deep down he is mad.
He's big mad.
Although he did let another guy, and then I think he let another guy that I can think of. Not that I
Another
would
guy
know.
and another
You will be
guy.
watching this fight.
Not that I would know.
Somebody
what you're
told you.
thinking. I know what you're thinking of. I think he participated with another guy.
He did?
No,
Adam.
Yeah.
Adam did with another guy
like
with
a
his
rapper
wife.
or something, or
With his wife.
Yes.
I don't know
But then
what you guys are talking about.
But then I think
Can
we
Jason
know.
Love's brother beat the Bears this weekend? That's all I want.
Can he? That's a great question.
That's all I want to know.
Jordan.
Can he throw a touchdown to Christian Watson?
Right.
Somehow.
Yeah. And then I think maybe with Johnny Sins, who I think doesn't the whole country know who Johnny Sins is, or no?
-1.
Guy's been
don't
around
know.
forever.
I know Cakes knows.
I mean, maybe if I saw, I'd have to see a picture. I don't know this
You're
person.
probably
by name.
watching him back in your Eskimo tube days. That's how long he's been doing it.
Possibly.
I think
You
he's
never know.
bald. Isn't he bald like you?
Maybe.
Yeah. Little different overall.
Different physique.
Physique of different overall, but they do share one characteristic.
Bald. That's the only thing they have in
Yeah,
common.
a flaw.
Well,
It's not their Jimmy Johnson.
Their
No.
XY chromosome.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Probably not. the
Probably
same.
not the same there.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I'd bet against.
All right, we got to get out of here. Everybody have a fantastic super wild card weekend for Bish, Cake, CB. I'm JP. We'll see you on Monday. B. Mitch and Finley next.